All right, all right. What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Very excited to be talking about video games. Justin with the 3. What up? What's good?
Xenoblade X scramble my mind. Lol, I went from playing Yakuza and Dragon Quest before, but after X I'm now playing YS10 and Re9. Lol, also Re9 on Switch 2 is making some people salty. Lol, it's a fun game so far, looks great to me.
Little salt here and there. Little salt. I'm salty about Resident Evil on Switch 2, Justin, because my Resident Evil Generations pack isn't coming till Monday. So I requested a PS5 copy of Resident Evil from Capcom. They invited me to their creators program, but I didn't pay attention to the directions. But they were able to still get me a review copy for Resident Evil 9, or yeah, Resident Evil Requiem. So I have that on PS5. Maybe we'll play today, maybe not. We'll see what happens with my boy when he wakes up and all that. Big love to Party Man with the 95 months. And says, 95 months, I've been having an absolute blast with Mario Tennis Fever myself in general. I'm happy with the Switch 2 lineup so far. Wii U Revisionists act like Wii U era was sunshine rainbows. Yeah, we're going to talk with the Wii U Revisionists because they're a bunch of liars. I think they missed their childhood. That's what really what's going on. They missed their childhood. They missed their parents buying video games for them. They miss how the world used to be. They do not, and they associate that with getting whatever they wanted on the Wii U or playing Mario 3D World or something like when they were like 10 or 11. So I think that's what's going on there. Shout outs to King Cagney as well with the 34 months of tune in tier pledge. What's good? Shout outs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Staying up till 2 a.m. to get 3 hours. 3 hours of Resident Evil 9. Yes, sir. Big love to General Zamora. Big love to Dior. Let's go over some shout outs. Big love to David V. What up, David? Broads Gamer, what's up, Broads Gamer? Party Man, of course, what's good? Justin with the 3. Hokage Stream Ninja. Anybody else 3 or more? You my man, Justin. Appreciate that. Let's go. Full extensions and combo rewards and all that stuff today. You're getting all that. Let's go. Broads Gamer, once again. Daniel Charney, what's up? Welcome. Figure Drawing. I don't know what the Wii U Revisionist thing is about. Wii U has always been sick system to me. Oh, we're going to talk about the Wii U Revisionist today. Don't worry. We're going to talk about that. Like I said, I got the love-hate relationship with the Wii U. I think it's a very good system at times, but then I also think that it was very poorly planned at times. Alvin C, what's good? Bubblegum Crisis, what's good? What is good? Let's see. Jeffrey Tucker, what's up, Jeffrey Tucker? Welcome to the stream. Big love. Shaw X, what up, Shaw? Missing essence is more. No, guys, listen. Once this, I can't start the stream exactly at the time. You gotta let a little bit of, you gotta let you gotta let the seat, the meat marinate a little bit. You know what I'm saying with the stream. You can't start it right at the time, otherwise it doesn't work. It doesn't filter it out to people's feeds. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Lex Perez? Welcome. What's up, Loud Boys? It's gonna be San Francisco, New York City event for Pokemon Day. It's gonna be a while. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be streaming the Pokemon Presents bright and early in the morning. Yo, what's up, Zoo?
Back from internet vacay. Hope everyone is well. Love the fireplace. Cozy. Please keep telling the truth about Wii U era. Was not good. Sat it out, lol.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's some things that you would love about the Wii U era, Zoo, considering like everything was physical. I think that would be a good thing for you. I think if you partaked in the Wii U era, you would have liked it. But obviously there was a lack of games. But I now that I've known you for a bit, I don't think you would have hated the Wii U era. I think you would have just thought that it was just okay. But I know that you would have loved the physical releases were a thing. Like, everything was physical, like real physical. So I think that would have been a super, super positive for you, just for you in particular, when it comes to that. So that is one thing I'll give the Wii U era. They definitely handled the that well when it comes to that. But I also think that it also created a bottleneck for developers, because the Wii U disc, no, it was fast enough, but it was still a bit hard for some developers. Excuse me. That's true. You did get all those games physical on Switch. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And you got them anywhere that you want. Yeah, you're right about that. So never mind. You are right about that. That is true. CK says, yeah, I mentioned that with Generation Pack. Also delayed to during one of your previous streams. Somewhat relieved that it's not only one, but wish both would have gotten orders on 27th. Yeah, I think that's terrible to tell people it's going to be the 27th and say it's not. Like, I don't know what's going on with Amazon. But yeah, ordering day one and hoping to get stuff day one from Amazon is probably something that you just shouldn't do. I probably should have just got it from Best Buy or just did the Best Buy situation, you know? Thank you, Zoo, with the $5 dono. You are now the new Hokage and Stream Ninja. Anybody that does 5 or more, you man, Zoo at the top of the board. Hey, yo. We are, and also full extensions today, like I said. Scared of Resident Evil. You still haven't played it to this day. Are you still a child? You're not a child anymore. Play it. I believe we get Nintendo Switch 2 versions of games like Legends Arceus. I would love for there to be like just a free update would be good. Like, I don't even know. I don't think we need like a Switch 2 version. We just need like a free update like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think it'd be cool if they actually went and did like free updates like for Pokemon Day. Imagine this. Hey guys, we've got free updates for Pokemon Legends or Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
This is going to be my last attempt playing Resident Evil. I keep trying but couldn't get into it. My favorite part of the Wii U was YouTube and Smash Bros, but even then I was more into the 3DS version.
Yeah.
Man, Wii U was sad.
It was a sad time, boys and girls. It was a sad time. Shout outs to Justin retaking that Hokage lead. Have you played Resident Evil 4? That's usually the game to get people really into Resident Evil. So I'm guessing you've tried Resident Evil 4, right, Justin? But yeah, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 Remake, I think those games are pretty good. So you might want to try those if you haven't already. Ambu tier, 36 months, Broad's Gamer. Just the toddler compared to Party Man, but pretty cool nonetheless. Shout out to Broad's Gamer. Thank you for the 36 months, 3 years, Ambu tier. That is a lot, man. Thank you so much for your support, brother. Big love to Justin once again. Anybody who does 6 or more, you can get my man Justin at the top of the board. What platform are you getting RE9 for? I got it for Switch 2 and I got it for PS5. Capcom gave me a PS5 copy of Resident Evil, so I got a PS5 Pro copy ready to go. I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna capture some footage and then maybe give you guys. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow morning. My impressions of it on PS5 Pro, and then once I get it on Switch 2, I'll give you guys my impressions on Switch 2. But my Generations pack isn't coming till Monday, so I can't do anything till Monday with the Switch 2 version of the game. And I didn't want Capcom to give me like, you know, I get a Switch 2 digital copy, then I also get a Switch 2 like physical. Like that doesn't make any sense. So I just said, you know, let me go ahead and get the PS5 digital copy of the game and play it on my PS5 Pro, because apparently it's really good on PS5 Pro. So let me just use this damn near $1,000 system I got anyway, you know? Haven't played PS5 Pro in a hot minute. You didn't get every physical you needed. Download big patch for Xenoblade X, get a better image and frames on Wii U. I did do that. I did. I did do the download data packs, even though with the physical edition of the game. So yeah. Favorite horror game franchise? I mean, I guess Resident Evil. I'm not a big horror game guy. I hope Best Buy has my Generations pack ready for pickup tomorrow, because right now it still just says pre-order, not preparing to pick up. Fingers crossed. I hope so, man. I hope that gets done. I don't know, Capcom. I don't know what's going on. Like, this is a big anticipated game. They should have had plenty of copies ready to go, you know? I think they were worried about leaks, too. They were worried about shipping them out too early, and then there was issues there, you know? Everyone's really well on Switch 2. That's dope. Not a horror fan, so I won't be picking it up. Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to call Resident Evil really like a horror franchise. I mean, it is, but it's not really, you know? Like, it's like, there's definitely, I mean, like, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 and some of the earlier Resident Evils, but, like, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 4 isn't really, like, too much of a horror game. Like, at one point towards the end, it turns into, like, a military shooter. Like, like once you get towards, like, the prison, like, the base and all that, like, where Leon has to infiltrate it by himself, like, it just turns into, like, a shooter, kind of. It's not really much horror to it, but like, yeah, I wouldn't even call, I mean, yeah, there's some horror aspects, but not really. Resident Evil 9 blends it a little bit better with the horror. Like Grace, she's more of the horror aspects, and then Leon's more of the action. But Resident Evil 5, there's so little horror elements to it, like, you know, it's not really. So it just depends. Like Resident Evil 7 and 8, yeah, that's more return to horror. But yeah, some Resident Evil's not really. Funny thing is, I still got leaked anyway last week. It still did, exactly. Yeah, it's more action horror than it is like Silent Hill survival horror. So it's like, a lot of you guys think, oh, it's a horror game, I'm gonna be like running away the whole time. It's like, not really. It's more of like, you're shooting a lot of, like, you're just shooting zombies, like, and stuff like that, so. I hope RE9 runs well on PC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure RE9 runs well on PC. I'm pretty sure it does, but for me, PS5 Pro is just easier than PC, because you just gotta, you don't gotta worry about settings and all that. It just runs at the maximum settings, you know. I was thinking about getting RE9 on PC, but then I remembered how rough RE4 launched on PC, so I'll wait for a Steam sale. Oh, okay. Deported Sicilian with the 23 months. Thank you so much, Deported. I appreciate that. Yeah, RE4 Remake's awesome. I have that on PS5. You know, well, it was just, there was no PS5 Pro when it came out, but I played it on PS5. Maybe I'll do another run on PS5 Pro one of these days. Who knows? RE's more managing your resources than horror. 7 is kind of scary though. 7 is like definitely a bit like horror resource management. I don't like 7 really at all. I don't like first-person Resident Evil though. I'm not a huge fan of first-person Resident Evil, so glad I have to, where I'm picking up the Generations pack from Best Buy. I don't trust shipping. Yeah, just gotta stop trusting shipping. I got that new Star Fox successor today. It's called First Squadron. I've heard about that game. I saw a little bit on Twitter. Looks okay. I may say for PS5 Pro, almost bought one last week. LOL. Yeah, like I said, like here's the thing that I'd say about PS5 Pro. Like, if you don't want to deal with the nonsense of PC, and you want, like, for the most part, not every time, but you want a high-end experience, but you just want it to play like a console, to me, there's no point in doing PC. Like, unless, like I said, you're really integrated into that environment and like really like PC stuff that happens, then I'd say yes. But if you're a console guy,
I actually never
PS5
tried
Pro.
Resident Evil 4. I tried Revelations, and I'm waiting on the eventually 4 remake Switch 2 port. Because so far I like Leon's parts a lot more.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's coming to Switch 2, Justin, so you can definitely just wait for that. It's Resident Evil 4 is going to be on Switch 2, so you can wait for that. Thank you, Justin, extending his Hokage League to 9. And I was about to say we are one combo away from the 15-minute extension, but here comes, hey, 1426 after Justin with the $5 holla, tying up Zoo with the largest dono of the stream, getting us to our first overclock. And he says, I want RE7 for Switch 2. Just saw it's $40 and RE8 is 50. That's crazy. I wanted the bus trips, but oh well, I'll just replay it on PS5. Just get the Generation Pack. The Generation Pack, you get Resident Evil Requiem for the $70, but then you get Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8. You get those for $10 each. So just get the Generation Pack. Or really, it's $90, so you get each game for, let's just say, $30. So you get each game for $30. Because I think it's $89.99 for the Generations Pack. So just get the Generations Pack and you get each game for a way better price. Shout outs to Hey. Thank you for the $5 dono, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Big love. Thank you for the big 5. 19 on the board. First extension. You guys know we're playing combos tonight. We're playing overclocks tonight, baby. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Shout outs. Hey, OJ, almost the weekend just to chill and relax. Yes, sir. Then I just purchased Virtual Boy a few days ago. I have a feeling Nintendo's going to start developing VR games for Virtual Boy. Yeah, I don't think so, man. But we'll see. I don't think they're going to, but we'll see. Let's see here. I got 9 for 50 at Best Buy. There you go. I got RE2, 3, 4, 7, and 8 for 55 on PS5. Oh man, that's a good deal. The Gen Pack is good if you've never played 7 and 8. Yep, it's really good if you've never played 7 and 8, or even if you haven't, you just want to play it portable, because those games have like replay value. So Generations Pack is an insane value at $90 for the brand new RE game plus the gold editions. Yep, because the RE7 and RE8, it comes with all the DLC. So you get all the DLC that's added in there, everything. Resident Evil 7 was interesting because they released the game and like a week later they have like a kilobyte download for the DLC, and it's like, yeah, they just wanted to get a little bit extra out of people for that one. But it includes everything, so it's not a bad value. It's not the greatest value ever, but it's not bad for sure. I mean, $10 for Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 a pop, that's not bad. Let's see here. Loki started a thread on that got Nintendo Land hate. Oh, well, he needs to play more games. Y'all be coming here, always be complaining about Nintendo Land and like him. Like, guys, listen, man. I think he's a Zoomer, right? Is he a Zoomer? I think he's a Zoomer. I don't know how old he is, but he's just a young guy that just likes Mario and Zelda. Really, that's all it is. So he's just whining and complaining. We always have content creators that are gonna do that. They forget Nintendo schedules for Nintendo Directs. They forget what happened yesterday. Let them whine and let them complain and let them make money while doing it. That's just people always be whining and crying about him. You don't have to watch his videos. I don't watch his videos because it's a waste of time. I already know what Nintendo's gonna do. I already know that they're gonna have their direct. They're gonna have their announcement. Then people are gonna say, "Oh, why did they do it earlier?" Dude, they do the same thing they always do. So it's like, if I were you guys, just stop complaining and stop complaining about them complaining. Like, let them cry and let them whine and let them be wrong later when Nintendo has their usual direct either in February. They didn't have it in February this time. They'll have it in March. They'll do their damn direct. People will get new games announced. It's like I said, it's like this every single time, and people whine and cry and complain. Even when we get Mario and Zelda, people were doing this in 2018. And where's the direct? Where's the direct? And then we got a direct in March. So it's people were doing this in 2020. Where's the direct? Where's the direct? There's no lineup. And then we got games announced. So it's like people just act crazy. That's just how it is, man. You know how Nintendo fans are. Chrono Rig with it is fun to clown them. I've clowned Nintendo Land a number of times, and like I said, he's a funny guy. He seems like a very interesting fellow to me. But you also got to realize that some of these guys, they're not all 100% like logical with everything, right? Some of them have certain situations that are going on with them. So you also have to factor that in. Like, you don't know what diagnosis they have and stuff like that. So I'm guessing a lot of them do have certain, I wouldn't say like that far, but a lot of them probably do have some things extracurricular that make them act the way that they act, So you also have to factor that in, Chrono Rig with the $5 dono says, "Hey OJ, seeing the whole Xbox community go after Blessing over Jez as if he did some crazy stuff was nuts and funny." Yeah, I did see that, and I don't really have. I thought I had an opinion on it, but I don't have an opinion on it. Like, I don't have any major opinion. Blessing seems like a nice guy, but that was kind of douchey. But coming from me, that might seem like it's hypocritical. So I don't want to say anything too much because it's like, I've kind of said things too. So I'll probably just take a back seat on this one, Like, I'll probably just take a back seat on that one. It did seem kind of douchey. Jez is kind of douchey to other people, so it's easy to really go after Jez because he can be kind of douchey and weird when it comes to certain stuff that he says. But like I said, man, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Blessing said what he said from Kind of Funny Games. Jez said what he said and said he'll work better. So I think it's fine. I mean, the half apology that Blessing gave was interesting. But it is what it is. That's it. So yeah. Let's see here. Extracurricular. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I literally just received a message from Amazon that my generation pack was shipped and will arrive tomorrow, 320 after listing 325. So there's hope for everyone. All right, we'll see. I'm gonna check my Amazon after I'm done streaming. We'll see. I usually get stuff last, just because West Coast, we always get stuff last a lot of times. So when there's delays and things, so we'll see. Let's see. Beta Big V Energy. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. Hey, listen, I didn't say anything when it cut. Rags, listen, my boy. Whatever you are, that's fine by me, fam. I'm not saying anything that's bad or good. I'm just saying you don't know what people are going through or people we're dealing with. You know, one thing that I realized with definitely discussion and arguments or debating is that a lot of people are really bad faith debaters. A lot of people are really, like I said, illogical. A lot of people are super, super, super emotional when they debate and when they talk about what they want or not. They're not supposed to be logical. And if you look at it in that type of way, then you realize why people are acting all crazy when it comes to Nintendo. Like, we've had directs either in February or March for like a decade, and then you'll have people say, where's the games, where's the directs, where's the this, where's the like, and you'll have people go nuts when we know good and well that what they're doing, like, they all know, but they'll still say it just because, you know. It's like, it's wild to me. But like I said, everybody has their own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really I can't really fault anybody. Let's see here. So yeah. Shout outs to Armchair. Thank you for the 44 months, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm fitting to be playing tonight when it launches. I have tomorrow off work. Hype is real. Yes, sir, Huddy. I had to get the Generations pack digital because it's sold out everywhere, unfortunately. Yeah. Shout outs Game Vibe. That's very unfortunate, bro. Favorite tactical RPG besides Fire Emblem? Really just Fire Emblem. I like strategy RPGs. Triangle Strategy is also good. I love that one. Triangle Strategy. But really, Fire Emblem and Triangle Strategy, those are like my two favorites. Outside of that, not really super, super big on tactical RPGs like I am and I'm not. Advance Wars is alright. But Fire Emblem, Triangle Strategy, those are my jams. Metroid Tactics would sell. I don't think a Metroid Tactics game would sell very well. But I mean, would it appeal to, if it was good, would it appeal to some Metroid fans and some Fire Emblem fans? Absolutely. But I don't know how big Metroid fans are into tactical games, so I don't know if there's that much crossover between those two bases. Final Fantasy Tactics. I do like Final Fantasy Tactics, but I don't really consider it as like, they haven't had a new Final Fantasy Tactics in forever. We had the Evil East Chronicles, but that's an old game, so I don't even really consider like Final Fantasy Tactics something like new. It's old. It's been old. So Triangle Strategy was actually somewhat new. Fire Emblem still gets new games, but like, yeah, sure. I played old Tactics games. Absolutely. Final Fantasy. I played Shining Force, you know, like I played all sorts of old, but like we ain't got anything new from a Tactics game outside. There's not that many, you know. There's XCOM, but not really a ton. Persona 5, Tactica. I mean, it's all, Persona 5 Tactica is all right. You know, that's an okay game. Like, it's not as good as Final Fantasy Tactics, or it's not as good as like Triangle Strategy or, you know, Fire Emblem, but it's all right. It's not bad. Let's see here. I thought you liked this guy on my tripping. I have like a love-hate relationship with Disgaea, man. Like, it's all right, but like, there's something about it that makes me kind of sick to my stomach, and I don't know why, but I can't play it for more than like 30 minutes at a time without getting physically nauseous. I don't know. I think I might be the only person who gets physically nauseous playing Disgaea. I think it's the color palette and the muted colors, but with the anime style, like, I don't know. There's something with that game that just makes me queasy. I don't know why. It's okay though. It's okay. Disgaea is okay. It's not bad, but it's not up like my top list or something, you know? But by Metroid Tactics, in my mind, would not be so expensive to make, so it would need to sell huge numbers. Oh no, it could be successful. I just don't think it would sell like crazy numbers, you know? Haven't been around in a minute. Hey, what's up, Alvin? Welcome. New life for Chrono Trigger. Yes, new life for Chrono Trigger. What's up, Muck Pro? Yeah, Shining Force was great. Metal Slug Tactics is alright too. Dane with the $3.
Recently 100% Ed Kirby TFL plus Starcrossed World.
Nice,
it's my favorite 3D platformer now. Now I'm 9 hours into RE2 and it has finally clicked for me after like my 6th attempt lol.
Yeah.
I'm an RE fan now.
Nice, nice.
2 planets approach the Roche limit.
Okay. 2 planets approach the Roche limits. 2, alright. Okay, that is Kirby. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the $3. Remember, if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in there and I'll play it for you. Shout outs, guys. We are almost 3 combos away from the 30-minute extension on tonight's stream. I've never heard that before. Yeah, it makes me a little queasy whenever I play Disgaea. I don't know why, so I have to stop. I think it's because I don't know why it is, but it just does. Yeah, it'd be nice if the RE games are on actual carts too, but they're not. You check out oh yeah, I like Unicorn Overlord. It's okay. It's a good game. I do like it. Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch Animaniacs back in the day. I was looking forward to Metal Slug Tactics, but completely lost interest when they announced it was a roguelike. So it's okay, yeah, it kind of has like those roguelike elements to it, yeah. Roguelites are just not my jam either, but LOL, the Disgaea is slander. No, it's not slander, man. No, Disgaea is cool. Disgaea is cool. It just kind of makes, listen, I'll tell you guys something else too. So Disgaea Mayhem, that's like a warrior style Disgaea game, and I was watching the trailer, and then I watched the trailer, then I was like, all right, let me talk about it on a video today. I started talking about it, and I got so disinterested, I was like, I'm not gonna talk about this. I scrapped talking about that, and I started talking about Lollipop Chainsaw, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this. I spent like 5 minutes in today's video on Disgaea Mayhem and Lollipop Chainsaw. Kept on messing up, kept on making mistakes, because I'm just like, cut out both of those and talked about Resident Evil Requiem. about it being sold out. Like, cut out both of those. Is like, I'll just talk about Resident Evil to round out the video. Whatever. I'm more interested in that. So, like, yeah, man, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't, because I do, like I said, I don't dislike this guy. It's just something about the color palette that's just making me, I'm not sure, not get interested. I don't know why. Maybe once I get the game, maybe once I play it, it'll be better. Yeah, definitely a classic, just random. I kept on making mistakes. I kept on stumbling over my words. I kept on saying pop chainsaw, repop, instead of lollipop chainsaw. I kept on saying, like, messing up Disgaea Mayhem and, like, what type of game it was. Like, I just was like, no, I'm good.
Man, Pokemon is on top of Switch 2 and Switch charts isn't looking good for the X people. Lol.
Yeah, Pokopia is #1 on the charts right now. And it's also #1 on the Switch 1 charts. So it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. Big love to Deported Sicilian with the $2 donuts. The next Xenoblade might be a first-person roguelike. Yeah, if Amazon, if Monolith Soft does that, I'd probably still like it somehow, but I definitely would not be happy. Justin with the 3 as well. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. 12 on the board for Justin. Anybody does 12 or more, you can beat up my man Justin at the top of the board. Get yourself a music request as well. And we also have another combo breaker. And let's go ahead and play that 30-minute extension.
Overclock Buster!
There we go. 30 minutes extended tonight. They really should have announced Mayhem earlier. Not sure why they did it. It probably wasn't ready earlier. So they usually announce things around the time that it's ready or when they know that they'll be confident in a release window for the game. This guy too is pretty peak. I bet it is. No, this guy is good, guys. I'm not here to slander this guy, man. I'm not here to slander this guy, for real. Like, I'm really not. What about Mario plus Rabbids? Okay, I do like that game too. I do like that tactics game as well. Strategy. I think I have a. Do I have a top 25 strategy RPGs? I need to make one because I do like a lot of them. I do like. Yeah, Mario plus Rabbids is a really good one. That's a really good one. Whatever happens tomorrow, there still will be people hurt. We'll see. We'll see. There probably will be $20 for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. People are upset about that. So. Let's see here. Nintendo's been banking a lot on Pokemon lately. If we're be honest, banking on Pokemon a lot lately. Nintendo has? I mean, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo, they work together, and they always bank on Pokemon. So, I mean, I don't think it's any different than what they've done before, than what they did in the Switch 1 era. There was Pokemon pretty much almost every single year in the Switch 1 era. So, I don't think it's any different from what they've done before. How many Pokemon games did we get on Switch 1? It's the same thing we're going to get on Switch 2. So, I don't think it's anything different, personally. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Legends ZA, multiple Pokemon mobile games, Pokemon Go. I mean, that's standard protocol for you know, so I don't think it's anything different than what they've done for the last decade when it comes to Switch 1, you know, or even the 3DS. or even the DS. I mean, look at all the Pokemon games on the DS. Also, I forgot Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I gotta add that one in there. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. That was a remake of Gen 4. Or Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Pokemon Black and White, Pokemon Black and White 2. You know, multiple gens of Pokemon within that as well. So yeah. There's only been one Pokemon game to launch on Switch 2. One Pokemon game to launch for Switch 2. When it comes to launch, like new Pokemon game, yeah, I think so. That's the only one that's new, but there's going to be another one, obviously, this year, hopefully with Gen 10. Nintendo was 33% owners of Pokemon Company, right? Of the Pokemon branding, like the Pokemon game, yeah. Almost as if Pokemon is one of their pillars and biggest IP in the world. It's almost as if it's that. It's almost as if it's been that, yeah. Talk about strategy games is very funny with PC gamers. I talk about Fire Emblem and Gabeners. Is that what you call them, Gabeners? Are trashing me for not playing RTS on PC. You should never get into too many arguments with Gabeners. What's up, Nick93? Clearly Nintendo Switch 2 is solely doing well because Pokemon Legends ZA. That is the reason why. They're relying on Pokemon Legends ZA to clean house. Oh man. OJ, spill the bean for Pokemon Presents tomorrow. What we don't already know. Well, I did a prediction show. Did I do a leak? I did do like a potential leaks video. So I don't think there's anything that, that hasn't already been talked about, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Gale of Darkness potentially coming to NSO. We have obviously maybe talk about Pokopia again, trailer, maybe there's something new that they announced there. We have Pokemon Gen 10. So there's been stuff, so we'll see. People don't realize Pokemon games have simple designs and they can be developed quickly. I think people realize that now at this point. I think people do realize that, and that's been one of the complaints. I won't be able to listen to Spawncast Live. Can you stop John from spoiling RE9? He spoils too much. Can I stop him? Okay, I will do my best to stop John from spoiling RE9. I mean, thankfully Dreamcast guy is not going to be able to spoil it. He'll spoil everything. So John is not as bad as Dreamcast guy was at spoiling stuff. Dreamcast guy was straight up just spoil everything. He'll spoil the whole damn game. Oh man, do you think home support will be announced for ZA tomorrow? It could be. They could say, hey, we're going to have home support for these. Also, Pokemon Champions is another game that we could see. Maybe even a release date for Pokemon Champions. So that would be cool, too. That would be pretty cool. What's up, Dan Dips? What's up, Dracula? Pokemon Black and White remakes are supposed to be next, but I'm thinking Gen 10 next. Yeah, I think it's Gen 10 next, and then I think Pokemon Black and White remakes will probably be maybe next year. Or even like a Legends Black and White. Like, I think something like that could happen. That's possible, but we'll see. To be honest, just skip the RE9 topic at hand just for your own sanity. Yeah, you might want to be able to do. You might want to do that. Just stay off of any media of people talking about Resident Evil until you beat it. Until you beat the game. Once you beat the game, then you can kind of talk about it or do what you want to do. So that's one thing. Yo, deported with the $5, and he says if they made Pokopia live service, they could make so much money. They could. I mean, they're not going to though. The game is already $70, so I do appreciate that at least. They're not going to do like a live service thing with that game. At least, well, right now. I mean, we'll see if they do like DLCs, like paid DLCs and stuff. But I think they're just going to release it right now. Thank you for the $5, Mr. Deported with another dono coming in. 37 on the board. What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8 combos away from a 45-minute extension. Let's go. I still haven't played Pokemon ZA. May try it out tomorrow in honor of Pokemon Day. Hey, there you go. I like it. It's fun. I have a 3-day weekend. I'm going to try to knock out Requiem so I can avoid spoilers. There you go, man. There you go, Rags. Legends Black and White. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just in the urge to mention the leaks. Please do not. Let's see. Spawn spoils. Won't ever watch him. He doesn't. No, it's more of a joke than he does. He doesn't really spoil everything. So you can still watch. Hold up. We don't got to go that far. There's just sometimes, like, the joke is John sometimes has, like, a slight, small, tiny spoiler, And so people say, you spoiled it. And like on Twitter one year, I think when FF7 Remake came out, so like 6 years ago, when FF7 Remake came out, Johnson, oh yeah, that Airbuster song from like the first, like, that boss battle, like, is awesome. And then he's like, you're spoiling it. Or like the whole situation like with Aerith, like the original FF7, you spoiled it. So it's kind of like a meme at this point, like a somewhat meme, you know? So I think that's what's going on right now with that. Excited for Fire Red Leaf Green tomorrow plus Gen 10 announcement. I hope the Gen 10 announcement comes. Like, listen, it's the 30th anniversary. Pokemon, you know, I think they want to have something nice. So we will see. We will see what happens there. Justin with another 3. Speaking of Pokemon Day, Fergie.
Also, if anyone saw leaked pictures of Gen 10 on X, it was confirmed fake.
Yeah, it was from a fan trailer. Yeah, that was confirmed fake. Yep, that was confirmed fake. So right now, we don't know. They're outside of what's already been leaked in that like data breach or whatever. We don't know what it's gonna look like. We don't know what's happening. So it's gonna be exciting waking up in the morning and talking about this. It's 25 minutes, so you know it's gonna have some mobile game BS. You know it's gonna have some not nonsense, but like TCG and like all sorts of like Pokemon stuff. So I'm waiting. So I think the chat is gonna be toxic the whole time until they reveal Gen 10, and then people are gonna be holding their breath. If I was the Pokemon company, I don't show any actual gameplay, and if I do, I show very little. You know, I don't want people online acting crazy already when the game comes out at the end of the year. So if I'm the Pokemon company, I do not show too much of it. I probably just show a bit, and then once you actually get like a newer build that refines it, then just show it later, like when you're like really, really ready to show it. Because anything that they show right now would have to be from last year. It wouldn't be from anything that was like recent. It would be from like last year or something, that they're cutting together this whole thing, you know? So I would wait, and I'd show it again later, you know, like at a Nintendo Direct or something, like, okay, here's the first trailer of the game. I mean, look at what happened with Fallout. They showed Fallout, you know, that was coming, and it looked so crusty. But then the launch comes out, and Fallout looks way better, and there's 60 FPS, 40 FPS, 30. It looks way better. So it's like the builds that they show aren't the most current. So unless you're really confident in your build and in what the game looks like, I would not show it. I would just do a CG trailer for right now, you know? Shout outs, Justin. Thank you for the 3. Emmanuel, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's most likely the GameCube drop tomorrow too. Yeah, that'd be good. The GameCube game drops would be good. People really like those. So that'd be good. No, must show gameplay. Still waiting till midnight for RE9. Hey, there you go, Big Bird. The only non-Gen 10 thing I want is trailers Ardman show. Okay. They're going to act crazy no matter what. That is true. I think no matter what, they're going to act crazy. If the graphics are like, you know, Switch 1 level, like, okay, Switch 1 level graphics, they're going to be like, it should have looked like, you know, Power World or something like that. So yeah, no matter what, people are going to act wild. But hey, like I said, it is what it is, you know? Those low poly rendered images of Gen 10 that leaked legit. I don't know what low poly renders you're talking about. So, I mean, if it leaked, that means it's not finished. CK.
I don't trust trailers for Switch 2 games much now because of Dynasty Warriors Origins, Star Wars Outlaws, and Fallout 4.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not finished builds. They're still in progress. So the in progress stuff, it's going to be on an old build. It's not going to be on how the game looks at launch. So that's why, you know, if it's not ready, then, you know, if it's not ready to show gameplay, considering how crazy people are, I mean, I wouldn't show it. I wouldn't show too much. I would just show, you know, some really segmented, curated scenes of it. And then later, if it looks better later, then show it. Like, remember Pokemon Legends Arceus? And they showed that, and it was, dude, that was not ready. I mean, the game does not look incredible, but it looked much better from when they first showed it to the final product. So people were going nuts with that as well. So back in, like, what was that, 2021? The physical version of RE9 is sold out on a lot of places. Yeah, I covered that on my video today. I covered that on my video today, so that's good. Or not good. They didn't anticipate how many people are gonna buy it. When does the Pokemon Present start? It starts at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning, Friday. I'll be covering the show, so if you wake up early, you can come hang out with me. I'll be up bright and early tomorrow morning, like around 4 a.m. to get ready to go. I'll do everything tonight, though. I'm gonna get all my thumbnails, get everything all set up tonight, and then we're gonna all watch it tomorrow, but we're gonna wake up tomorrow morning early. So, Power World drops new game that looks similar to Pokemon revealed game during the Direct. That would be wild. Power World drops a new game similar to Pokemon revealed game. You mean like what, Pokemon Gen 10? I'm excited for Pokemon tomorrow. I've been playing for 25 years. Oh, nice. I've been playing for all 30 years. No, I'm joking. Actually, no, I'm not joking. I played Pokemon. My friend had it. There was a guy named Ian. I used to go over to his house. Big old tall German dude. And I used to go to his house all the time. Uninvited. And his parents were so nice. His parents were so nice to me. And would let me inside their house and let me play and all that. And he was cool. He was cool about it, but I don't think he wanted me there half the time. And he wasn't even really like my friend. That's the funny thing. I had a guy that was older than me that was actually a douchebag, but we grew up together. And he was a couple years older than me. And he was kind of, like I said, he's a jerk, but I knew like he had a little brother that was like 3 years younger than me, so I hung out with him. And then he had an older brother that was 2 years older than me. So I would hang out with both of them. I was kind of like both of their friends, but I was really more friends like with the little brother than like the big brother. But whatever. They came over to my house. I came over to their house since like 1990, right? Since when we were back in the day. And the big brother had a friend, and by proxy I knew him. But I went over to their house and like we did like sleepover and like we hung out, whatever. And like, but he was never really cool with me. But I was like, oh, that's my free ticket to just hang out with him, right? Because I was like, I said, this is before my villain arc, when I didn't know people just don't like me. Not everybody just likes you just because you're nice to them. You know, I was always cool to him, and I thought he liked me. I don't think he liked me at all. I don't think the big brother guy, he didn't like me either. None of them liked me, but that's okay. But anyway, I remember when Pokemon came out, I went to his house because I knew that he had it, and he let me play. Like, he let me play the whole time, but he was making fun of me the whole time, too. Like, he was also cracking jokes and making fun of me the whole time. But I didn't care, because he was letting me play the game. So, and he had two little sisters, and they were super nice to me. And yeah, they would give me food and give me water and let me play Pokemon. So I remember playing it on day one when it came out here in the US. So yeah, but I mean, I remember watching Pokemon. I watched the premiere of Pokemon like on Cartoon Network or Kids WB, whatever it was. I forgot. I remember watching the premiere of Pokemon thinking, oh my gosh, like this is this new show from Japan. Let's watch it, you know? So I remember watching it. That was awesome. So I saw the first episode. I watched it every single day. In the morning, early, it'd be up like at 5 a.m. You'd watch it before you go to school. So yeah, it was great. Good time period. So I've been around for the longest. I've been around for the whole 30 years. I've been there. Dan dips with the $2 and says, DJ OJ, can we get some Shadowruns jams? The morgue. Yes, we can. Shadowruns jams. Jams the morgue. Thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. Dang, lucky my cousin supposedly loved me and never let me touch his Game Boy. Yeah. I didn't have friends, still don't. I had old school Game Boy and Game Boy Color and played them both. Use the link cable, nice. Yeah, I didn't get Pokemon until I did get a copy of like Red and Blue. But then I remember, like, my mom bought me Pokemon Yellow, like, when that came out. I think in, like, 99 or something. I think I got Pokemon Yellow, and that was awesome. I used to play that game like crazy. Kids WB Pokemon was at 3 p.m., weekends and mornings. No, they would watch. There was definitely Pokemon really early in the morning, like at, like, 5 a.m. before school. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure Kids WB had theirs, but in the morning before school, like in 1998, it was definitely in the morning before school. And then a lot of, like, I think like Pokemon Johto. I remember like weekends they would do like Pokemon Johto or Pokemon Weekends, and that was cool too. I like strategy guides for Red, Blue, and Yellow. Good times, yes sir. I had the strategy guide for Pokemon Red, Blue, or Pokemon Red, and then Pokemon Yellow. Yep. Christmas 99, yep. Yeah, I watched before. Yeah, it was definitely before school. It was definitely, you can watch it before school. Wake up in the morning. I think it's like 5 or 5:30. I think it might have been 5:30 or maybe even 6 a.m. Or 6:30, something like that. I know it's before school. Then you watch it, then you leave. I used to watch before school, and then Digimon would come on after. Yeah, I remember. I think it was like Monster Rancher. I think they would play Pokemon and Monster Rancher at that time too, but I don't remember 100%. So. My bad, I misremembered you covering the Gen 10 image. If Gen 10 is closer to new Digimon, you think it'll be enough to stop complaints of Game Freak's low effort? No, I don't think so. Because, once again, I don't think it's going to be taking full advantage of... Like, I don't think it's going to look as good as Digimon. I don't know if it's going to look as good as Digimon overall, but we'll see. Yeah, sorry about the ads, Ali. Like, the ads, you gotta just have them or YouTube doesn't promote your stream, unfortunately. I remember seeing the first Pokemon episode starting right before I got on the bus. I asked my mom to tape it for me. Nice. Or not nice. You want to watch the episode before you go. First time Pokemon came to the US was 6:30 Eastern time. I remember because it would only watch it in the first half and have to go to the bus at 6:45. Yeah, I was definitely not up at 3 a.m. so it wasn't that early for me. It was, or they replayed it again because I was not up at 3 a.m. watching Pokemon before school. Justin with another 3 and Dawson with the 5.
I remember one Christmas my parents gave me a VHS of Pokemon and then they got me the Games Plus cards. I had no chance of not being a Pokemon fan. Lol.
Yep. Yep. It was like impossible to avoid. Everybody knew about Pokemon. Like Pokemon was something that everybody just knew about. You just knew. It was a thing, you know. It was a thing. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for another 3. Gets you to 21 on the board, 51 on the combo board, and Dawson comes through with the $5 dono as well and says my first Pokemon memory was my mom gifting me a weird blue GB cart called Pokemon Azul. Picked Bulbasaur and caught a Diglett with Master Ball. Good times. Pokemon. That was a bootleg. It was a Puerto Rican bootleg copy of Pokemon. Or was that the Spanish version, or what was going on? Yo, thank you for the 5, or thank you for the 5, Dawson. Appreciate that, fam. Let's go. Thank you, Dawson. Thank you, Justin. Anybody that's 21 or more, you get my man Justin on the board. 5, still the largest ninja one as well. So let's go ahead and play this right here. We've got a 45-minute extension unlocked. Here we go.
Overclock Buster!
Play that. There we go. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, guys. Let's go. Lego. Next one up. 9 more combos. We got the hour-long extension. Thank you guys so much for your support, man. I appreciate that. Keep in mind, I was 5 at the time. Yeah, it's all good, Dawson. It's all good, man. I just started Xenoblade Chronicles X, my first Xenoblade game. I want to enjoy it, but the combat feels so strange. Does the combat ever get the feeling any weightier? Weightier. No. Does it feel better? Yes. Does it feel weightier? No. Because it doesn't, like, shake your controller, or it doesn't do that when you fight. It doesn't, there's not any, like, force feedback, except for, like, certain attacks. Maybe in the mechs it feels a bit weightier, but no, it's never going to feel, it's not that type of game, because you're going to be hitting the opponents over and over and over like a million times. So it never really feels, like, weighty, like you're playing, like, an action RPG, like Tales or something like that. Nah, because it's just not that type of game. It's more like an MMO. Like, it feels kind of more like an MMO would feel. Let's see here. Now, how the Poke Presents goes, I fully expect Twitter to compare Pokemon and Digimon and Xenoblade. Probably. The Poke Homebrew version. Yo, what's up, Superpower Man? Rochelle, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you for the support. What is good? 12 hours. Now that I think about it, I've replayed Xenoblade game, not the expansions except for 3. Though I get Switch 2 editions, I'll replay for the 3rd time. Yeah, I haven't really replayed them because I knew that there'd probably be Switch 2 editions. My comfort food right now is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I am playing that and having a blast. Last night, I played a bunch of side quests. I'm like 90 something hours in, and I'm only like just finished chapter 7, like on the Xenoblade X. So man, I'm gonna put a ton of time into this game, but I've been having a lot of fun. But the way the combat starts to feel really good once you unlock more of the classes, and once you get like all of your skills palettes laid out, and like you really know when to switch weapons. Like you get your Skell, and you start flying around, and you start like, that's when it starts to feel fun. But it does take quite a bit of time to kind of get into the game. You might not ever get into it though. Some people don't like Xenoblade combat. Like we got a lot of people that are like fake Xenoblade fans, you know. So there's that. Just waiting for the announcement for Leaf Green goes live so I can play it. Yeah, it should be live tonight, I think. We're talking about almost 30 years of memories. Man, we getting old? Yes, we are getting old. The Hitman. We are getting old. So in Xenoblade Chronicles, what's the main thing about it that draws you, that makes you feel really good when playing it? Yeah, like I said, like all the different combat options that you have in the game. Like there's a lot of different weapons, there's a lot of different combat options, there's a lot of different things to do. There's a lot of great quests, the music is incredible. There's so many things that kind of draw you in. Solid graphics as well, not bad. So all those things kind of draw me into the game. Usually story, I mean Xenoblade X's story isn't incredible. It's not bad though, it's just not as good as Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. I think Pokemon games are available after the Direct. Oh, would it be after the Direct? I thought they'd be available as soon as... It wouldn't be midnight? Okay, well, we'll see. If you guys have not hit that like button though, thank you to everybody who's watching, I appreciate it. Hit that like button, let's do it guys. 195 likes, we need it. Justin with the 3.
Can I get unfinished business from Xenoblade Chronicles Death? Also, I tried to play Dragon Quest VII again, but I just can't get back into. Sadly, I'll just play it later. Xenoblade ruined it for.
Yeah.
Lol, JK,
yeah.
Maybe.
I think Xenoblade ruined Dragon Quest for me too, because I have no reason to go back and play. Not right now. Like I'll go back and finish it later. But right now, no, man. Like, right now, it's Xenoblade and Resident Evil for me. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I agree with you, but I'm right there with you, Justin. Thank you for another 3, guys. Hit that like button. If you haven't, just let's do it. Hit that like button. Justin increases the Hokage lead to 24. Anybody that's 24 more, you can type or beat up my man Justin at the top of the board. Let's go. Something out Omar. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X music it's awesome. All the Xenoblade tracks are music is awesome. They're all really good. Heard RE9 runs pretty good on Switch too. Yeah, it's solid. There's some areas where the frame rate does lower, like super heavy areas, but for the most part, it tries to hit 60 and is hovering around there a lot of times. And it's like the Wii U revisionists are still a thing, especially with Switch 2 now on Twitter. It's almost a decade. Yeah. I saw one guy who's a big content creator, Connor or something like that. He's like, yeah, well, with the Wii U era was great. I played 80% of the Switch 1's library on the Wii 5 years early. And it's like, bro, even as a joke, that's a bad joke. Nintendo published over 120 games. Like, there's like 10 or 11 Wii U ports. So it's like 8% of the library. This is what happens like when you get that's like a Mario and Zelda joke. It's like Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8. Like that's the two things that they'll say. Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 and Xenoblade or something, like Xenoblade X or something. Oh man, and like Pokken Tournament or something like that, you know? Like what about Astral Chain? What about Fire Emblem Engage? What about Fire Emblem Three Houses? What about Animal Crossing New Horizons? What about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? What about all the other games? What about Link's Awakening? What about Echoes of Wisdom? What about everything else that they did? What about stuff like Triangle Strategy? What about all the other games? What about Mario plus Rabbids? What about Sparks of Hope? What about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Come on now, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. What about Xenoblade 2? What about Xenoblade 3? What about Splatoon 2? What about Splatoon 3? Come on now, man. What about Pokemon? What about all the Pokemon games? There wasn't a single Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon game on the Wii U. Not a single one. There was Pokemon Rumble. Some stupid game like that or something. Like, not a single Pokemon game. How about Metroid? Oh yeah, Metroid came out at the very end. At the very end. And it's way better on Switch too. At 4K 60 or at 120 FPS. So, a lot of these Wii U revisionists, they want to sit there and act and tell you things and make these jokes. but it's really just cope, really, at the end of the day, or they're just flat out lying. Pokken was on the Wii U, so Pokken was on the Wii U. It's on the Switch as well, but that was not like a massive game for like the Switch one. So yeah. It's good that you put Astral Chain in the backlog because there might be a Switch 2 version of that game, and it'll probably play a lot better on Switch 2. How was Bravely Default on Switch? It's good. Bravely Default 1 and Bravely Default 2 are really good. Echoes of Wisdom has been sitting in my backlog for a while now. Echoes of Wisdom, definitely check it out when you get the opportunity because on Switch 2, it's awesome. Especially Joey Ferris, he's the most notorious Wii U revisionist in my opinion. His I missed the Desperate Nintendo video. I don't think he was trying to be a revisionist in that sense. I think he was just making a video to try to make money. I think that's really what it comes down to, or try to get attention. You guys got to realize content creators will make things that aren't foolproof arguments and usually don't have a lot to them. There'll be like one little thing and they'll take that and expand upon it. That's what all content creators do. So you shouldn't really worry too much about that. Joey still has me blocked too, so I don't even know why I'm talking about him. He still has me blocked. Bro blocked me after I absolutely eviscerated him. He blocked me after I absolutely eviscerated him. And it wasn't like a salty, it wasn't like, oh, he went personal or I went personal and this and that. Bruh, like, he started it with me. And then got absolutely obliterated. And then got mad when his own users were like, yo, man, like, nah, you wrong on that one, bro. Like, you wrong. And he was like, what? He was like, yeah, he just said block. And that's fine. I don't mind. Like, you're allowed to, I block people too. So I don't mind that. I don't mind him blocking me. It's all good. Let's see here. Region lock alone made me not missing the Wii U and 3DS era. And no grip can you switch to Japan model region lock and the argument that's not the same. No, it's definitely not. Justin with another 3 coming through. Fergie. Shout outs.
Dang, they did say Fire Red will available after the show. I wanted to play it leading up to the show. Oh well.
Yeah.
Lol, can I get some Pokemon music?
After the show. Okay. Pokemon Fire Red. Fire Red music. Let's go. Battle Champion. Here we go. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Justin, 27 on the combo board. Hey, yo, we out here. 3 more combos for that Noah and meal flying through the skies. Do you think Nintendo would try something new with Star Fox IP? Maybe. If they got a developer that will actually try something, but they need to get a developer that'll come through with actually something new. Otherwise, it's just going to be dead. Did you say one of your favorite Zelda games was Wind Waker? It is one of my favorites, yeah. Mentioned a leak scheduled to drop this year. I don't know about a Wind Waker drop this year. I don't know if they're going to do that. We'll see, though. I mean, there's been rumors for years now. Pokemon Snap was better than most games on Wii U. Would rather have the new Pokemon Snap or a Mule Festival. Pokemon Snap was better. I don't know if Pokemon Snap was, I mean, better than most games, like most Nintendo first-party games or just games in general. I mean, Pokemon Snap is okay. But I think I'd rather play like a lot of like the best Wii U games over Pokemon Snap. But yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of like just taking pictures of Pokemon. It was cool back in like 1999 though, whenever that game came out. Like it was something interesting and different. But like new Pokemon Snap is okay, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, new Pokemon. Like I'm taking pictures of Pokemon. This is great. Like I don't really care as much anymore. But yeah, it's not a bad game by any means. It's not a bad game, and it looks okay. What's up, the cool guy? Everything's good, man. I can't complain. Can't complain. Scott the Wash released the 3rd and final part of his Wii U respective soon and can drive home how much the Wii U era is romanticized at the Switch expense. Yeah, maybe. RDV echoes Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild. I find it difficult going back to them just because graphics better. Yeah, just because those games are so long, so it's hard to go back to those. Echoes, I think you can go back to, but like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild would be hard. In my opinion, like those are hard for me too. Like I'd rather play new games. But it's good to have them there because Tears of the Kingdom is a significantly better game. Like with because like it's not just graphics, it's the frame rate. Like Tears of the Kingdom's frame rate can get a bit like anytime you pull out the Ultra Hand, it dips from 30. So like getting that locked at 60 or near locked at 60 is so much better, you know. Star Fox will pop out every 20 years or so. It hasn't even been 20 years since the last one, or even 20 years in between each Star Fox. I know it might feel that way, but it's not. There was Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. There was Star Fox on the 64. There was Star Fox on the GameCube. They did skip the Wii, but the Wii era wasn't super long. Then they came back with Star Fox on the Wii U. So that was probably the biggest gap. Now, we did get another big gap from the Wii U now to this point, but they've never went 20 years. And I know that you're exaggerating a little bit. But, and they also had Star Fox on the DS. They had Star Fox on the DS and the 3DS. Now, they weren't all brand new games. Star Fox on the DS was, but 3DS wasn't. But really, right now, we're just in about of a gap of about a decade. We're on about a decade now for Star Fox. Because I think Star Fox Zero was 2016. So we're going on a decade for Star Fox. So 10 years, 20 years, whatever. You know, same thing, right? So we'll see something. Maybe now that it's been 10 years since the last Star Fox, we get a new announcement for Star Fox. Let's see here. Those Wii U fanboys have been annoying for years. It really seems their children less than 10 years at the time didn't care that they're like one game every 2 months on average. Yeah, a lot of them were children. A lot of these guys that are in, like, if you're 27 years old, the Wii U, when the Wii U came out, that's freaking 14 years ago, right? It came out in 2012. So you were a kid. Like, a lot of people on the internet like to act like they've been adults for forever. They'll talk about the Super Nintendo as if they were alive during the Super Nintendo era. And it's the funniest thing that you'll see people talking about the N64 and talking about the Super Nintendo as if they were alive and playing and knowing what games came out and all that. They played it on NSO, and then now all of a sudden they act like experts on Nintendo or Super Nintendo or on different games, and it's hilarious. Or they played N64 a decade after it was relevant or whatever, when they were like 8 or 9 years old, and say, oh, I know everything about Nintendo. It's like, no, you don't. You were not there. Sure, you can be a historian, but a lot of these guys aren't. They just want to be in the conversation. They just want to get in the conversation when it comes down to it. So, shout out to the cool guy. Thank you for the $5 dono, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, we have everybody on the internet. Apparently, it went through every saga of Nintendo. You know, they saw everything. And in their profile, they're like 25. Like, or it's like they say 28 or 25. Yet they're here talking about Super Nintendo and all this. Like, as if they were alive and kicking and paid for games and all that. No, you didn't. Shut up. Like, no, you didn't. Shut up. But it's funny. I was 13 when Wii U came out. Still have your Wii U. Hey, shout outs, guys. And I'm not trying to say that if you were young when the Wii U came out, that you wouldn't know what was going on. I'm not trying to, because like I know a lot of you guys were, but I'm just saying these people on the, like Twitter that are trying to act like they knew everything, and like it's like, no, you didn't. You were not. You were your kid. Your mom and dad were buying you games. Like, you did not know everything about it. You know. So I felt like the worst part of the Wii U was forced gamepad. Glad Nintendo learned the options with Switch. Yes, the forced gamepad stuff could be pretty bad. Same thing with the Wii. The Wii also had forced Wii remote controls. So that's the cool guy. Combo breaks. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get the Noah and Neo, though. 60 on the board. Lego. Support, man. I appreciate that. Tell him, OJ, we was there during the 8-bit wars. I was, man. I'm old. Advances. Yeah, I know you've been around for a long time, Advance. You used to always have that profile. Was it with that spooky lantern guy? I think you, like, where he was like that. Was that you? I'm pretty sure that was you, Advances. Like, you always had like some avatar, like a guy like this, like with a pumpkin head or something like that. What's up, man? Oh, man. Let's see. I finally got the Trails in the Sky physical today. All I got to do is purchase the upgrade pack, but it's late for me because I'm almost 2 a.m. We'll leave it tomorrow. Yeah, just get it done tomorrow. Facts. You weren't alive during the NES came out. I don't want to hear from you. Was there? I was there from the start. Yeah. Like, I just, or if people talk about it, just make sure that you preface that by saying, hey, look, I wasn't there. Like, I played these games on NSO. Like, I played these games on NSO. But, like, it's hard to get the vibe and the culture of how Nintendo was or what was happening if you didn't live through that era. It's not like, obviously, a historian, right? a historian can tell you by talking to people that lived through there. If you watch a documentary online, they talk to people who were actually there. They weren't there. They can research, but they weren't there.
I worked to buy my Wii U, and it was the crusty white one. You know what I played on launch day? Nothing. Lol, can I get some Animal Crossing New Horizons 8 p.m.?
Nice, we'll get that right now. 8 p.m. Animal Crossing. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono, man. 65 on the board. We are out here. Let's go even further, though. Shout outs. Animal Crossing. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. But yeah, like a lot of the historians talk to people that were there, that were actually alive and adults. That's how you get your information. You want to know what, I don't know, what Germany was like during World War II. It wasn't because they read it in a book. It's because people that were there have been interviewed and have been talked to and know, like, the, you know, all the stuff that happened, right? Like, that's how you get it. So if you weren't growing up in that era and you weren't like old, or you weren't like you can't speak on everything. Sure, you can have your opinion, and maybe if you were young, sure, you can say, hey, look, I was young, this is what I did. But if you weren't actually, like I said, like if you weren't actually old in that era, it's not the same thing, you know. Or if you weren't there with the culture in that era, because I grew up in the era with like Super Nintendo, NES, where like adults played it, but it wasn't for adults. It was for kids and teenagers. Adults played, but it wasn't for adults. So the culture was rooted around kids, around teenagers. And as we grew up, the industry tried to grow up with us, right? Because if you look at it, the third gen, that's when gaming really became gaming. Now, if you want to know like the modern era, like what brought it to even more mainstream, the PS1. That was the fifth gen. And that was the whole, okay, kids that were born in the 70s, kids that were born in the 80s, they're getting older. Not people that were born in the 90s, they were still in diapers. You weren't playing games like that, or you were still very, very little, right? So this was for like growing up with the generations, right? NES, third gen. Now, yes, there was the olden age gen. There was the Atari and there was the other old stuff, but that's a whole separate can of worms. That's why people only refer from the third gen and on, you know what I'm saying? People don't go before that because that was prehistoric, like with Atari. I mean, I played Atari and all that, and like arcades, that's a whole separate thing. Arcade culture, third gen culture, completely different thing. Third gen, fourth gen, fifth gen, like that's when things start. Okay, PS1, you grow up with the system. N64, Nintendo desperately tried to get more mature games like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye and things like that. And then you get into more of the modern era. You get into the 6th gen, 7th gen, 8th gen, right? And then we get to where we are now. But once again, if you weren't there in those gens, it's really hard to speak on, you know, exactly how the culture was and what people were saying and all that. Wii U, if you, like I said, you might have been alive and that was fine. But like, trust me, if you weren't online, if you weren't looking at what people were saying, it was not great. It was not a great situation that we were in. It just wasn't, you know? It really was not. Shout outs to King Smash. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome to Elite Ninja Village. If you guys have predictions as well for the Pokemon Presents, let me know. Wii U Revisionists don't even have a Wii U. They just use the Wii U as their argument to show how bad it is. They just use the Wii U. I don't know. They might have a Wii U. They might not. Most people don't lie about having a Wii U. So when I drove the construction truck, they buried ET cartridges in the landfill. Right. Oh man, my mom was the first person I saw play a video game Duck Hunt on the NES. Never saw her play once again besides mobile stuff, Candy Crush. Yeah. Boomers had cups and string. You know what Boomers had? Boomers had like those games that like you take like a little. It's like, oh, here's baseball. You take like a little thing and you put it over your TV, and then like you go and like beep some flashes all over the screen. Man, I remember playing the Atari back in the day, like in like 1990, and that thing looked ghetto even back then. I was like, damn, this thing crusty. This thing was crusty, even back in 1990. I swear, guys, I I am not making this up. I remember playing it. I'm like, damn, this thing look old as hell. This thing look. I remember playing Pac-Man. I was just like, oh man, this thing ghetto. Because at that time, Super Nintendo and even like NES, but it's like Super Nintendo was. I'm like, bro, this thing look, woo. This thing smell like old, like when you go into like a retirement home or something, bro. This thing old, bro. Saw like the brown line look like an old VCR. I was like, this thing crusty. The little joystick with one button on it don't even got multiple buttons. Don't start select or nothing, or little joystick with a little square little cinnamon bun joystick. Like, yeah, no man, it was old even back then. It was old as heck. Yeah, Atari never felt like I was alive when I played. Like, arcade games felt like, okay, the arcade was exciting because you saw other kids and because because there was a lot of flashing lights and it felt exciting. Like, you had like Space Invaders and you got all these different arcade games, and then it got more and more advanced. You got like NBA Jam, you got Mortal Kombat, you got Street Fighter, like you got there was great pinball. So like it was arcades were a bit different. They were also kind of ghetto, but the arcade boards were always like way stronger than home consoles. So like arcades were dope, they were fun, but Atari never felt like it was good, but it never felt like, oh my gosh. But I'm glad that it happened. Obviously we needed Atari, we needed all those old ghetto systems for us to get where we are now. But it wasn't really, I didn't really feel alive for real at home until the NES. Like, I had played Atari, I had played old ghetto systems and stuff like that, Little Tiger Electronics and all sorts of stuff. But really, I didn't feel like, yo, this is lit until Mario Bros. The original Mario Bros. And then Mario Bros. 3. Mario Bros. 3, like the Wizard movie, I remember watching the Wizard movie and seeing Mario Bros. 3 and thinking to myself, oh my goodness. You know, like, this is what it's about. And then when I finally played Mario 3, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this game is this is gonna make me a lifelong gamer. My brother and me, we played Mario 3 till we passed out. I remember my dad, we already had the NES, but when Mario Bros 3 came out, I remember my dad got it at a yard sale. I don't remember how he got it or where or what. He came home with Mario Bros 3 and just said, here. And me and my brother, we looked at each other and we're like, what? I remember taking Mario Bros 3. I was little, and I remember letting my brother play first, and he was just playing, and Mario was flying, and he was going in tunnels and running and turning into, man, it was just crazy, bro. It was just like, it blew my mind. And that's when I was like, yo, like, gaming is like for real. It was like at that point, you know. The Pokemon Presents is at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. Eastern. So just type that into your Google, and then it will tell you, it'll convert it to your time, Kelly. So just, it'll do that. So that's all you got to do, man. Anytime that, I know you probably live overseas, just type in the time that, like the 6 a.m. or whatever time that you see, just type that into your Google, and it'll spit out the time that it is for you. You remember Adventure? You were just dot beat booping around on a maze, and the enemy was a crusty looking dragon. Oh yeah, just crusty looking games, bro. Crusty looking games. Real big game changer. Eye of Thunder, real big. And then like Sega Genesis, oh my goodness, bro. All black system, crazy looking, like, you know, Batarang shaped controller, 3 buttons, even though that wasn't great, but whatever. 3 buttons, it looked cool. That controller looked cool. So like playing, like it had a big old huge 16-bit, like it just looked like Attitude. It was the Attitude era before the Attitude era. It was like the WWF Attitude era. Stone Cold Steve Austin of systems. Oh my God, it's Sonic. You know, so it was just great, man. It was a great time period. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, let me play this. So they wanted to market the PS6 handheld as a handheld to play PS4, PS5 games, but guess what? Nintendo Switch 2 is exactly that. Can run third-party PS4, PS5 games. Well, I mean, I think they want to have their own system, but I think pricing and RAM is going to be a big detriment to whether that thing even comes out or not. If you weren't alive when the Super Mario Bros. 3 came out, you have no idea how big the hype. Oh my God, it was crazy, bro. The hype for Mario Bros. 3 was wild. It was wild. It was wild. Mike Tyson was my first nemesis as a kid. Took all summer to finally beat. Oh yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, man. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I would just get my butt kicked. That game just knocking me out. Soda Popinski, Bald Bull. That's why I have an issue with Bald, man. Bald Bull, he started it, bruh. It's my lifelong issue with Bald Bull. Because that was his name. Soda Popinski and Bald Bull. Crazy. KF, Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's is okay. I go there every now and then and play the arcade games. Every now and then. Let's see. Shouldn't Sony never? Sony should have never gotten rid of the PSP Vita brand. Well, they had to because the Vita sold like absolute dog water. So I mean, like, what do you want them to do? Keep on supporting something that flopped? So it sold like trash. That's the reason why they stopped making it. Yeah, but I never played Boogerman, but I always saw it in the magazines. But I never really appealed to me because that dude looked stupid as hell. Like, I'm like, this guy looks dumb. He's just a dude running around with boogers. Like, that's not cool. I used to always see the snot-nosed kids in school. The ones that would always have snot coming out of their nose. And I just used to want to, like, smack them. It's like, why do you always have snot coming out of your nose? Like, they're always crusty. Everybody has that school where you have those, like, those boys that were always crusty. They were the same, like... You know who they are. The boys that were always crusty, acting weird, like always have snot crust all over their face and food on their face. Like, so Boogerman just reminded me of those people.
What do you think Sony thought about seeing GT7 running on Switch 2?
They were going to call it the PlayStation Switch 2. That's what they're... They're going to call PlayStation Switch 2 and make their own. That's what they're going to do. Oh man, shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the $3 dono. I appreciate that. 68 on the board. Let's go.
Even further beyond.
Justin with the 30, a California smash. Can tie up Justin or beat him out, of course. Thank you so much, Justin, with the big 30 on the board. Let's go. I just want to say one more time, thank you for putting me on to African women. African from the country, you were right. Hey, look, man, sometimes it can go good, sometimes it can't go good. Just depends on the vibe check, man. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, nothing loves you more than your own people, right? Sometimes, like, so that's really what it comes down. For some, not for everybody, but for some. It might be easier to date. It might be something like that. But obviously, love who you love, live who you live with, and all that. But sometimes, you know, it's a little bit different when you're dating. Like, if you're African yourself, or if you're black and you're dating another African or black person, it's a little bit easier for initiation, right? Starting off, so there's that. But like I said, whoever you're with or whoever you want to get with or whatever, that's fine. You know, I'm not here to police you guys' relationships at all. We had a neighborhoods and friends who would let us borrow plenty of games of Boogerman. Is how we got to experience it. Yeah, there was always Boogerman, and I'd always see Toe Jam and Earl and Boogerman. Those were like the two games that were always in magazines, like Toe Jam and Earl, like this, like all acting cool, you know. And that game's stupid. I know some people like Toe Jam and Earl, but I remember playing it and thinking, this game is nowhere near as cool as the magazines made it out to be. Like I said, I know people like it. Don't hate me. I know people like Toe Jam and Earl, but it's not as cool as what people were acting like back in the day. Nah. Vector Man was way better. Vector Man looked super cool in the magazines. I remember playing Vector Man after church at one of my mom's like African friend's house. I remember going to his house and playing Vector Man, and that was like lit, dude. That was like, it was hard as hell, but it was lit. Like, I was like, okay, this is what it's about. But I played Toe Jam and Earl, and I played, you know, it wasn't that great. So the PlayStation Exchange. Yeah. Original Ninja Turtles on NES was beyond difficult. Oh, it really was. That Turtles, I used to play that Turtles game all the time, though. Turtles game was fun. Turtles game was super fun. You know good and well I don't like Rogue, Felipe. Stop it. Stop the cap. I think Earthworm Jim started that era of silly games like that. Earthworm Jim? It might have. I'm trying to think. There might have been silly games before that. But yeah, Earthworm Jim had so much personality and it was really fun. But it was really hard. I remember playing Earthworm Jim and thinking, like, I played it a lot because I used to watch the cartoon. So like Earthworm Jim was like a big deal back in the day. It was a huge deal. Earthworm Jim 2, those games were huge. I don't know why people liked Earthworm Jim, but people liked Earthworm Jim. They liked him as a character. I don't know why. It's one of those 90s things that can never kind of come back. Like if you tried to make a like today's Earthworm Jim, people are like, this guy's corny or this guy sucks. But in the 90s, Earthworm Jim was cool. Like it was just a cool thing, and it just, I don't know what happened to the franchise, why it died off. But yeah, it's just like a 90s thing, like why people liked Earthworm Jim. But yeah, I used to watch the cartoon show, and I remember it being okay. But yeah, Earthworm Jim, shout out to Earthworm Jim. It was a fun thing, but it was totally like a 90s thing. I think it was riding off the coattails of Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, kind of like Ren and Stimpy. Yeah. When do you think we'll see something about Dust Bowl? Probably at the next Nintendo Direct. Never liked those characters at all. Wait, what characters are you talking about, Dawson? Have to take a trip to Africa? Oh man, you gotta be careful. Just find the African ones here, party man. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta find the Africans here. Going through the African route is a lot of trouble. It's a lot of trouble. Let's see here. Ryder, what's up, Ryder? Welcome. Do you remember the character at the start of Wind Waker, which would follow you around on the island and chase you? I think when you say that. Yeah, sure. Let's see here. All I hope is that the trailer they show tomorrow for Gen 10 is not just B-roll and looks solid. I think, listen, we talked about this before, House Gang. I don't know about B-roll, but I think it could just be a CG trailer with very little gameplay. If the game is not ready to be shown, because PR-wise, you know how the internet reacts to Pokemon, don't show a lot of gameplay if it's not ready. Like, don't be like Pokemon Legends Arceus, where clearly that game was not ready to be shown. It probably should have just been a CG trailer, like with a little bit of gameplay. So if it's not ready, don't show it, I Show Speed went to Africa, looks great. He went to Africa for an enlightenment. He went to Africa for content. He went to Africa to experience his roots. He didn't go to Africa to find a girlfriend or find a wife or anything like that. He went to Africa to experience his roots as a young man. Because I don't know, I think his lineage is from Ghana, if I'm not correct. So he went there to experience his lineage. So that's what he went there for. And yes, it's fun. But remember, once again, Africa's an interesting place. It's not a country. Africa's a continent with many countries, many different dialects, many different types of people, many different rules, many different regulations. So you just can't be going free willy-nilly. I Show Speed is a multi-millionaire with a security team, with everything that he needs. Us going there is not the same thing. Now, I've been there many times, but you don't just go around. You don't just move around Africa like that. It's not a good idea. Like I said, unless you have a lot of money and you can pay for security and the rules and you have somebody telling you on everything. Because otherwise, you got to be careful. You got to be very, very careful. Because like I said, it's not a country like the U.S. where many of the laws are the same. Africa is a continent with many different countries within it. So, let's just say California and Utah, or California and Oregon, right? Or California and Washington, right above us, right here in California. Pretty much you can expect the same thing. If you go from here to Seattle, it's okay, it's just Seattle. But no, Nigeria, if you go from Nigeria to Ghana or something like that, or Nigeria to somewhere else, no, there's a completely different set of customs and rules and things that happen. So that's why I say you got to be careful, That's why I say you got to be very careful, because everything's not organized like the US, You see, I was referring to because the Booger Man said you were talking about my comment came way later, Wind Waker. Oh, okay, I got you, Leafstorm. It's all good. Pre-ordered the Disney Classic Collection on Switch 2 from Video Games Plus. Nice. Tailspin, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. Yeah, all good stuff. JG, what's up, man? OJ, what's up, OJ? Are Nintendo Switch games bought in Japan region locked? I was thinking of visiting this summer. No, they're not. The system itself is not region locked. Games aren't region locked. It's the system that does the region locking. The system. Now, some games might include only Japanese, but for the most part, most games don't do that. But the only thing that's region locked when it comes to Japan, they have a region locked system specifically sold in Japan. that region lock system isn't really sold anywhere else. You'd have to import it if you want one. But the games themselves, no, those are all fine. You can play them on your Switch. Yes, Nigeria alone has a ton of different customs and things and dialects and stuff. Although the official language is English, but yeah. Gameplay in June, hopefully. Another Treehouse event, perhaps. Yeah, we'll see what they do. I know people are really nervous. I know Stealth said he was very nervous about this upcoming Pokemon Presents. Justin with another $3 Fergie.
One thing I think about Pokemon, people who are expecting Xenoblade level graphics need to just move on. It's not going to happen until Switch 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well, probably.
Maybe. Might not even happen then. I mean, the thing about Xenoblade is that the character models, like the faces, it's a whole different art style, right? It's a completely different type of art style that they do from Pokemon to Xenoblade. But it's really just the environments. Yeah, the environments that Xenoblade's a lot better in. So we'll see what happens. Oh, sorry guys, I hit my screen. We will see what happens though. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the another $3 donation. Combo breaks, and we are going further. We are 29 combos away from the platinum streak today. Let's go. Hit that like button too, guys. If you have not hit that like button, we got a lot of people watching. Hit that like button. Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's get to 250 likes. I think that would be awesome. Which country in Africa would you say is the most travel friendly for foreigners? Most travel friendly for foreigners. Ghana's not bad at all. Certain pockets of South Africa can be okay. Certain pockets. Like Cape Town, for example. There's other places too. Certain parts of Nigeria are okay as well. Yeah. Cape Town, South Africa is not bad. Ghana's not bad. Why are people nervous? Because they're nervous because Gen 10 Pokemon. That's what they're nervous about, like how the internet's gonna react to Gen 10 Pokemon. I'm not nervous because I already know that they're not gonna like it no matter what. Like there's gonna be people upset regardless of what they show. There's gonna be people upset, you know? So Egypt's not bad either, but there's just, like I said, so you'd have to research more on where to go in Egypt. That's my only expectation. I hope RGT likes this new Pokemon game. That's all I want. That's weird. That's weird, Felipe. Like, you know, hey man, but whatever you're into, that's fine. This is my fear is Pokemon being 80. I don't think they're gonna announce a price point right now. I don't think so. Justin with the 3.
Also Felipe calling Xenoblade X Krusty you play Fortnite. Lol.
Oh man, nah, yeah, Felipe, he don't know anything about Xenoblade. He plays Fall Guys and Fortnite, so he don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing about that, about Peak like that. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you, man, for another 3. Appreciate that. Thank you for another 3, Justin. 74 on the board. Justin carried it. Anybody does 36 more, you beat up Justin on the board. Let's go. What can you see my comments? I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good? Ratchet and Clank ripped apart level. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh man, that's not happening. You're probably gonna sound very ignorant, but I still Nintendo went with Nino Kuni art style for Pokemon. I mean, yeah, that like the Studio Ghibli style. That could be something that they maybe do in the future. I don't think they're going to, but it could be something. Emerald Hill Pokemon isn't going to be 80. I don't think it's going to be 80. I think it's going to be 70. There's only one game that's 80, and that's Mario Kart. So I don't know why Pokemon would do 80. So yeah, I don't get it, but I hope it's not either. But there's only one game, and that's Mario Kart. So yeah. Pretty decent chance of Pokemon being 80, actually. How? What's the decent chance of it being 80? Based off of what? If you look at it statistically, there's only one brand new release that's 80, and that's Mario Kart. That's it. And that's not the Pokemon company, that's Nintendo. So I don't know how there's a pretty decent chance, like as if we have a bunch of brand new games that are 80. There isn't anything to really go off of. Why wouldn't it be 80? It would sell well. I think it would sell less at 80. I think it would actually sell less because you have to look at it from like European standpoint. It's even more if you put it at that price. So I think it actually sells less at 80. It still sell okay, but the Switch 2 doesn't have like 100 million systems. Now maybe if you had 100 million systems out there, if you had like 60, 70, 80 million, right now you don't have that many systems. So putting it at 80, I don't think you need that PR hit. I don't think that's a good idea, and I don't think they're going to do it. But we'll see. We will see. Because Pokemon is as big as Mario Kart, OJ. So that doesn't mean anything. So what? So are you trying to tell me that Smash Brothers, that's as big as Mario Kart, or that's as big as other things? Even though Pokemon's not as big as Mario Kart, Pokemon's actually, in terms of the game sales wise, nothing's as big as Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold more than everything by a lot. So is Animal Crossing going to be 80? Is all the other games that are as big as Pokemon when it comes to sales, are those all going to be 80 too? So, I mean, if you're using that logic, then everything's going to be 80 then. Everything should have been 80 at this point. Pokemon Legends ZA also should have been 80 too. That also should have been $80 as well. So, I don't see any logic right now at this point. Poke games are usually 10 more on the GB and DS. I don't think this is the GB or the DS. So this is the Switch 2. So I don't know what GB and the DS have to do with anything. If Nintendo carried that tradition over, then the Pokemon games on the Switch should have been 70, right? Why weren't the Pokemon games on the Switch 170? Exactly, yeah, there's going to be 2 versions of the game, so there's really no need to put it at 80. There's going to be DLC, so I don't think that they will, but we'll see. I doubt it. That's not comparable, OJ, because there are multiple Pokemon games per generation, so if you count them, they all outsell Mario Kart. But no, that doesn't mean it's bigger, though. That doesn't mean it's bigger. Like, when it comes to a single release, Mario Kart sells more than any single release Pokemon game. You can combine the sales of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that doesn't sell more than Mario Kart. So, are you saying that Pokemon's bigger than Mario Kart? Or are you saying it's as big? Because now you're moving the argument now. But Pokemon, yeah, if you combine every single game, but it's not bigger as a single release. No, it's not bigger than Mario Kart. Not bigger than on the Switch, at least. No. Do you think that we'll see Smash 6 anytime this year? Maybe. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be a lot of $80 games. Personally, I don't think so. Like, I think that if Mario Kart was selling a ton at 80, then I think that they would. But I don't think Mario Kart's selling like crazy amounts at 80. So I don't think they're going to. I think we could see 80 because TPC are in full give us your money mode between Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Keycard Pocopia. This is them saying ZA was 70, so it looks way better. So 80. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know what Fire Red and Leaf Green have to do with anything. You know, I don't know what those have to do with anything. Those are 20, so those are emulation old games. So those, it's not like those are 50 or 60. That's 20. So not sure what that has to do with anything. Pocopia is just the standard price for all of the MSRP new release of games. So it doesn't matter. They don't care if it's a key card or not. The digital versions of games are 72. So you don't get any discount for it being a key card or for it being a digital copy of a game. A key card, that doesn't mean, oh, it's cheaper than a regular. Dude, the digital version's 72. So that's not going to get you anything different. And real physical copies of games, Nintendo doesn't charge more for those. Like, if it's a key, like, companies don't. They just charge whatever the price is for the digital copy. The physical copy is going to be that. It's not worth any more to them. I'm just explaining their point of view. So that doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah. At least in my opinion. Do you think we'll get a direct in March? Nintendo saw what happened with 80. I doubt they'll do it again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I doubt they will. I don't think they're going to. But like I said, we'll see. Anybody want to put any money on it? You guys are pretty Felipe. You guys down to put any? You guys want to bet? Anybody wants to bet on that? Anybody confident? Let me know. We can end it right now. Who's confident that it's going to be that? I don't mind taking that bet. That seems like a bet that I'll take. So anybody confident and want to bet on it? Felipe, any takers that are arguing ferociously that it will be? Let's bet. $30? $20? DVD Night with the $5 dono says, appreciate you. Appreciate you too, man. Appreciate you too. You guys are all saying, 100% I can see it. Let's bet. Bunchi, how much you want to go? You're 100%. You could 100% see it. 100% bet me right now. Let's do it. Let's see who's confident in this. Let's see who's really confident in this. Let's go. Any takers? Thank you, DVD Night, with the $5 dono, though, man. I appreciate it. Oh, we can bet right now. Don't worry. We'll find out. We'll find out this year. We're gonna find out soon. We're gonna find out this year at some point. So you guys will be. I'll be here. I'll be around. Let's bet. Smash will be Eddie. I'm sure it'll be worth it too. I don't know if it will be. Watch the video. I think you meant Digital Foundry. You were talking about the Switch 2 Resident Evil 9 play better on Switch 2 versus Xbox Series S. Has a little bit better image quality, but I think the frame rate is a bit more consistent on Series S. Excuse me. In your opinion, what would be the next Nintendo $80 game and why? I don't think there's going to be another $80 game. I think they're going to just do everything at $70. Because the backlash wasn't worth the extra $10 for Mario Kart. I think they did I think they did Mario Kart at $80 just so people can to entice people to buy the bundle, because you get it for $50 in the bundle. So I think that's one of the reasons why that they did it at that. It makes it a no-brainer to buy the bundle now. So, yeah. That's why I don't think anything else has been priced at $80. I had people tell me too that they can 100% see a bunch of other companies raising the price to $80. How'd that work out? Where's all the other $80 games at? Where's all the other big full releases that are $80? Nowhere to be found. Because there's no point. You know why there's no point? There's no point in doing $80, because you can just do special editions and DLC and get your $80 anyway. What's the point of taking the PR hit when you can do $30 DLC like Pokemon did, or you can do DLC and make that you'll make that $10 back and more with what you do with DLC. There's no point. People have already been buying $80, $90, $100 games for a long time now. But there's no point in taking the PR hit at $80 when you can simply just sell DLC and make that money. You're going to get that money anyway. What's the point of taking the PR hit for $80? There's no point. That's the reason why we haven't seen anything else be $80 since then. There's no point. They're gonna sell DLC anyway. They're gonna sell DLC anyway. Notice how Mario Kart World does not have any DLC. Not right now. I mean, they might get some later, but I'm not sure what they're gonna do with it. But there's no point in taking that PR hit. You saw what happened. And also, you saw what happened with Microsoft. Microsoft tried to go $80 for their games. They took a big PR hit. They reversed course. There's no point. Like I said, you'll get the money anyway. Just charge for DLC. GTA 6. I think GTA 6 is going to be $80 to $100, somewhere in that range. I think it's going to be more expensive. I don't think GTA is going to be... I think GTA... Because they've actually kind of talked about it. They won't commit to a price with GTA. And I think the reason why they won't commit to a price with GTA is because they're evaluating their options, but they're also looking to see... I mean, I think they can probably get everybody to buy the game for $99. Like... GTA 6 coming out at $100 doesn't make it sell any less. It's still going to sell a bunch of copies regardless.
Sorry about the Fortnite comment. It's not bad to play. I'm just tired of hearing about the Xenoblade X Switch 2 edition crustiness. You're right, Pokemon will have a $30 DLC.
Yeah, exactly. I've been playing, bro, I've been looking at the Xenoblade Switch 2 edition, and I swear... Like I said, I think there's something wrong with my eyes. Even though I have 20/20 vision, I swear it looks just way better. I even booted it up on my Switch OLED, and I'm like, this looks better, it runs way better, so I'm out of it when it comes to the whole people. I know there's issues, but like I said, I can't see it, man. I can't. Nick93 with the 22 months, man. I appreciate it. That's fair, but I'm also thinking order to offset the cost of RAM. It's a real possibility. The cost of RAM? What? Mario Kart? Or for what? Pokemon? What does that have to do with the cost of RAM? That has nothing to do with it. That's not... You don't offset it with Pokemon. That doesn't help you offset the cost of rent. Drew Arco with the €5 and says Mario Kart 8, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Smash already, extra 10 on Switch in Europe. So the next will be 80 on Switch 2, Smash, and Zelda. Well, we're not talking about European prices. Conversions are different. Because, I mean, if we're going to go that route, then, like, the games in Japan are, like, 50. Like, Mario Tennis Aces is, like, $51. So, like I said, we're not going with different conversions with different areas. Because then it gets real weird. Because, like I said, if that's the case, then, yeah, Mario Tennis and games in Japan, they're cheaper. Like, so... But I feel you, though, Drew Arco. I feel you on that one. Like in Canada, for example, they're like $100 or something, like in Canada for the games, like Canadian dollars or something like that. So, I can't see Smash being 80 if there's going to be built-in DLC. Yeah, I think they're just going to charge for DLC. So I think it's just going to be DLC. All right, take it easy, Shane. Thanks for coming out to the stream. What's up? Hey, what's up, Gamma Ray? Welcome, man. Welcome. How you doing today? Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. What about Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave? GTA might be 80 plus with all the content online. Dude, GTA can be $120 and everyone would go out there and buy it day one. It doesn't matter the price of GTA. It'd have to be something absolutely ridiculous, like $150 or like even like anything over 100. Like if it was like, you know, $200, or if it was like 150 or like 170 or even like 130 or 120, yeah, people would like, what the heck? But if it was $99, people would be like, all right, I'm dropping $99 for the game. All right, no problem. They will drop the 99. They'll drop the money on the game because it's GTA. So yeah, like with GTA, it doesn't matter what they charge for the most part. They can charge 70 or they can charge 80, 90 or $100, and people will be like, all right, cool, like bet. It's no big deal, you know. Picking up my computer, landlord all day, or fighting your computer with my landlord all day. Oh man, sorry to hear about that, brother. Killer Ninja with the 50 months. What's good, man? Let's see. OJ is very optimistic about $80 games. It's not optimistic. There's only one $80 game, so I like to go off of logic. It's not about optimism. It's about there's only one like new release. That's that. So I'm just going off of like facts. I don't know. Not off of, well, they could do this because they charged 10 more in the DS days, and then they did this, and then they did and then if you count out and subtract the 12 and then look there and then Pokemon Fire Red is 20, which has nothing to do with the new release, you know, it's like so I'm just simply going off of what we've been getting, like what we've been getting right now, and it's all been 70 or less. There's only one game, and once again, it was a bad PR hit when that happened, so there's no point in having that bad PR hit when you're going to be able to just sell DLC anyway. So yeah, nobody else is doing it either. You don't think people saw that bad PR hit Nintendo took and the bad PR hit that Microsoft took and said, it's probably not a good idea. We can just sell deluxe editions like we always do. There's no point. Like, there's zero point in doing it. Just trick people into buying $80, $90, $100 games like they've always done. You know? Like, just do the old method. Just do the old method and offer some extra guns and some bullets in a game. Like, oh, wow, deluxe edition. Way better content and value. Just do that. Just do like what they've always been doing. They've always been doing that. There's no point in taking the PR hit. But we will see. When I get to see the stream Pokemon. Oh, I will definitely stream Pokemon. 100%. 100% Gamma. 100% stream Pokemon. Ari Requiem looks impressive on Switch 2. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That's why I scoffed about DLC is more expensive than Sword and Shield. Yep. But like I said, we could see. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. Maybe they end up, they do have it for 80. Maybe they do. Like I said, I think that's a bad idea, and I'll definitely make a video saying that's a stupid, there's no reason when we know that there's going to be DLC. There's no reason. So I hope they don't. I don't think that they will, but we'll see. I don't think the price is getting raised anytime soon. I think GTA 6 will be 70. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they do a base version, a deluxe version. But I mean, if I'm Strauss Zelnick, listen. Speaking from a business perspective, if I'm Strauss Zelnick, I'm not charging 70. I'm charging 80, or I'm charging 90 because I know I'll get it. Because I know I'll get it. I'm charging 80 or 90 because I know I'll get it. Or I'm charging like a weird, like a 84.99 or something, like, because I know I'll get it. Like I said, I'm not saying as a consumer, obviously I want it just to be 70. I'm not, but if I'm just putting my mind in Strauss Zelnick's mind, if I'm him, I'm like, why should I charge 70 for what? Y'all will buy it anyway. So I'm gonna put it at 84.99, or I'm gonna put it at 99. Y'all will buy it anyway. I don't care if you're mad when you buy it. You're gonna be playing this game for the next like decade or something like that. So I don't care. And then you're gonna buy more shark cards too. Then you're gonna go into GTA Online and buy more. So if I was him, like I said, if I was him, he doesn't come from a video game background. He's not a gamer. Strauss Zelnick, he's not a gamer. He's a business dude. So he's probably looking at it from a business perspective. From a business perspective, who's gonna not? If you've been waiting for GTA, who's gonna not buy it if it's $10 more? You're gonna plant your flag there. You're gonna draw the line in the sand at $10 for a game that you've been waiting for like a decade plus for. You're not. You're not. You're just not gonna eat McDonald's that day. You're just, instead of grabbing McDonald's on the way home or grabbing a bunch of candy or something you do to eat, you'll just not grab that candy, and there you go. Save your $10 right there. You know, you save, or you just don't go out to eat. You know, usually if you go out to eat one month, well, you don't go out to eat that month. There's your $10 back. You know, like that's it. Instead of going out to eat, if you go out to eat 2 times or 3 times a month, go out to eat one less time. Boom, your $10 is back. Then so that's how a lot of regular normies think. Normies think that way. Gamers, we go nuts over things, but normies don't think that way. Normies think, well, I'll just not do this one time and I'll have enough for that. That's how normies think. You know, normal gamers. So, or not, I'm sorry, casual gamers. That's how casual gamers think. Like, that just play like Madden or whatever, you know? Or like GTA, or Madden, GTA, ball and gun gamers. That's how they think. Oh, I gotta buy this game. Okay, money's a little tight this month. Okay, I'll just not do this or not do that, and then I'll have a bit more, then I'll buy it. You know? Like, that's it. I understand it would be logical to think that the possibility for another top tier game would be 80 when there's precedent for it. There's not really any precedent for it. There's only one game. So a precedent for it would be if Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is also a top tier game, if that was 80. If Pokemon Legends ZA, another big game, if that was 80. If Metroid Prime 4, if that was 80. So if all of those were, or at least like 2 of those were, if there were other games that were also 80, then I'd say, okay, yeah, there's a precedent for it, but there's not. The game that you're talking about is Mario Kart, and Mario Kart they just want you to buy the bundle. You get it for 50. Now, will there be a Pokemon bundle for, you know, where you can get the game for 50 and they're trying to get people to do that? I think that's possible, sure. That's definitely possible for them to do it that way. But you're using a game that had a bundle where you can get it for 50 instead of that. They were using it as almost like why would you buy this by itself when you can just get the game for 50? You know, so there's some strings attached. That's the reason why I say there's not really any precedent for it, because there's been no brand new retail release with not added stuff or added whatever, but new. That's 80. There's not a single other game. So that's the reason why I'm saying that.
Did somebody say Wii U? Tears of joy.
Thank you so much with the Ninja Peach. Appreciate that. So a precedent means that there is like multiple examples, or it happens regularly, and it does not when it comes to a standard new release of a game. Not like upgrade packs, or not like DLC packed in or things like that. We're talking like standard new release. There's only been one game, and once again, that game was offered in a bundle for 50 at the launch of the system. So when people are buying it brand new, when most people don't have it. So that's the reason why. Like I said, a precedent means that it happens normally, you know? Wii U. Shout outs to the Wii U boys. And Carl, thank you for the $5 dono. Appreciate that. People don't understand the price psychology is a thing. Yeah, I understand it because I did marketing and all that in school. So I understand it a lot.
I never saw the ZA Switch 2 bundle. Lol.
I saw it one time at Target. I have not seen it since then. I don't know if that bundle's even real. That is the most phantom bundle of all time. They printed like 5 copies of that. Oh man, yeah, that ZA bundle was not around. DK, MP4, and ZA wouldn't be considered top tier franchise in my opinion. I'm thinking more of Pokemon Smash. Okay, so then why wasn't Pokemon Legends ZA? That's literally Pokemon. That's literally a mainline Pokemon game. That counts as a mainline game, so that should have been 80 by your. And Nintendo definitely considers Donkey Kong Bonanza a top tier franchise, a top tier game. Absolutely, that's from the Mario side of things, so they absolutely consider it that. You're making, see, that's why I'm saying it's not a precedent. You're making up your own headcanon, Superpower Man, to justify your own opinion. You're saying, well, I don't consider it top tier. Based off of who? Based off of what? Based off of how? Nintendo doesn't consider Drag Cross Drive a top tier franchise. They don't consider Welcome Tour, or they don't consider that. They don't consider, Tomodachi Life or things like that. But they absolutely consider Pokemon top tier. They absolutely consider Metroid Prime a top tier. They absolutely consider Donkey Kong Bonanza top tier games and franchises in terms of the value of the game. They absolutely consider that. So, I mean, like I said, you're making up your own canon in your head saying, no, they don't consider it that. Based off of what? They didn't say that they don't. And those are all top $70 games. So, like I said, there's no precedent that you're speaking of. There's one game. There is no precedent. It's one game that's also offered in a bundle. Give me another game that was not offered in a bundle by itself without extra DLC packs or DLCs or upgrade packs. Give me any other game and I would agree with you. I honestly, and I'm not just doing it just to argue, I would honestly agree with you, but there's not a single other game. That's the problem. That's not a precedent. That's you making up your own. That's a confirmation bias. You're looking for something to say why you're right, and you're not going off of what we actually have. So that's the problem. Now, if you want to include Nintendo Switch 2 editions, then okay, I can see what you're saying from there. The Switch 2 editions, if you want those can be 80, but you don't have to get it for 80. You can buy those used and just buy the downloadable content. That's not a singular new release. That's DLC and all, like a deluxe edition or something, right? So, like I said, that's the reason why. That's not what a precedent means, you know? But like I said, you could be right. I'm not saying that you're wrong, bro. I mean, you could be right. I just don't see any precedent. You're using one game. A precedent means they've released, what, 8 games since then? Since Mario Kart World? And none of them have been 80 in terms of the standard new releases. So maybe if there was at least 2 or 3 more, I'd agree with you. But it's not. But we'll see. Like I said, we will find out. But like I said, if you're confident, you should bet, Superpower Man. Let's put a little bit on it, man. Let's put 20. Let's put a dub on it, bruh. Let's do it. I can give you 2-to-1 odds, Superpower Man. You drop 20 today, right? If I win, it's done. But if you win, you get 40. How about that? I'll give you 2-to-1 odds. So let me know if you want to do that. Yo, OJ, hope you're having a good day. I'm excited for Pokemon Day tomorrow. I'm cautiously optimistic. Me too. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic. Also, I can confirm ZA bundle exists. I have it on my shelf beside my MK bundle. I know it exists. I just don't know. Like, I just haven't seen it in a hot minute. I just haven't seen it in a hot minute, man. Excuse me. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate that. Used games don't exist in the eyes of Nintendo. Oh, they definitely do. Sup, OJ? Man, it's the grab Pokemon ZA bundle at Best Buy. When I was at least glad I got it when I did. Okay, nice. Precedent an earlier event or action that is regarded as an example or guide to be considered subsequent similar circumstances. Okay, so they've had multiple big releases in a row, and it hasn't been 80, 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 and they've released like 7 or something plus games since that example that you have. That's not a precedent, my boy. I'm very good with the English language. That is not a precedent. No, that is not. And that is not how people use that in the English language. That is not, it is not. It is not. Regarded as an example or a guide. A guide. There is no guide, my boy. There's no guide. There's no guide. There is zero guide to that, my man. What's the guide? One game that was bundled with the system? That's not a guide. Sorry, man. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment was 70, DK 70, Mario Tennis 70, Prime 70, Kirby 70, Pokemon Z8 70. Seems like a trend. Seems like that. So I mean, that's what's a guide. You guys know what a guide is? Do you know what a guide is, Superpower Man? What's a guide? Explain to me the definition of a guide. Right? Explain to me the definition of a guide. What is the definition of a guide? Of like how something's gonna happen, right? Wouldn't you, if you're looking at a guide, like, oh, this has happened, so this usually happens when this happens. When this happens, this happens. If there's only one time that it happened, that is not a guide or a good example. It is a one time that it happened. And there's circumstances that can affect how that even happened in the first place. Like, oh, it was bundled with the system at launch. Okay. You know, so I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I'm good with the English language. And I can tell you right now, the way that you're using it is incorrect. Oh, yeah, it's too early to say that there is a precedent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no guide to it. We don't know, right? And like I said, I would feel a lot more comfortable with agreeing if they have like a couple other. And like I said, to a degree, I don't 100% disagree if you're including Switch 2 editions, right? The ones that the full complete cartridges, but they come with DLC and all that stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you include like Tears of the Kingdom, right? Tears of the Kingdom if you want it complete on cartridge. So there is that. So that's why I said it's not 100% that it couldn't happen. But once again, there's no point in arguing back and forth. You can just drop the 20 if you want to bet, and we'll see what happens, you know?
We're lucky we live in an era where content creators like Nintendo, Smash JT, and ABS will call out Rockstar for charging $100 for GTA V. Thank God we have them watching over our consumer rights, rolling on the floor laughing.
Listen, anybody calling out Rockstar for if they charge 100, it's performative. Let me tell you the reason why it's performative. They're all gonna buy it, probably. Most people are gonna buy it. Do I want it to be 100? No. Do I want it to be 80 or not? To be honest, I don't care. I actually don't care what price it is. I don't care. If it's 100, then don't buy it. I don't give a crap. You guys spend how you want to spend. Do whatever you want. I don't care if it's 100 or not. If it is, then it is. Then be angry. I don't care if people make videos. Make a video on it. Be upset, be angry, get mad. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, or whatever, if your audience cares, then they care. Let them all get mad in the comment section. But trust me, I know the internet. I know people. People buy whatever they want to buy. That's why all of this fake consumer advocate BS is just what that is. It's BS. All these people buy whatever they want to buy. Trust me, these people buy stupid things all the time. They just won't tell you what they buy because a lot of stuff that they buy is probably stupid as well. Okay? So people can buy whatever they want. I don't care if it is that price. If it's that price, then it's that price. Don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Rockstar will see if people revolt. The consumers will tell you if something's a good or bad price. In my opinion, Mario Kart World was a bad price. And I don't think people are buying it at that 80. But they have the bundle in there. Most people bought the bundle. But I don't think people are buying the individual game by itself. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a bad idea. Microsoft put out $80 games and said, hey, we're going to do 80. That was a bad idea. They saw their pre-orders absolutely evaporate into thin air. That's a bad idea. So consumers will let you know whether it's a good or a bad idea. You don't need content creators. They're just doing it to make money. You don't need content creators telling you one thing or another, trying to have some type of lynch mob or pitchforks in the air. People will vote with their wallets. They will vote with their wallets at the end of the day. And I personally feel if they charged 100 for GTA, people are going to go out there and buy it. They've been waiting a whole decade. They've been waiting a decade plus. You guys, bro, GTA 5 came out in 2013? Bro, my daughter was 1 year old. Bro, she's going to high school. By the time that this came, my daughter, she was 1 year old when she was literally a baby. She is now in high school. She will be in high school when GTA comes out. No cap. She's starting her she's going to be a freshman this year. At the end of this year, she's going to be a freshman. in high school. You think people give a damn about $30 when they've been waiting a decade and almost 15 years? People do not care. GTA fans do not care. And GTA games get discounted anyway. A lot of people bought GTA when it's cheap as hell. So if they don't buy it now, they'll buy it later. Like, that's just what it comes. I'm just being honest. That's what it comes down to. Do I want it to be that price? Absolutely not. But are people gonna rush out there and buy it at that price? Absolutely. They don't give a damn about no $30 when it comes to GTA. Now, when it comes to other games, hell no. You don't 100? Nah. People are gonna boycott like crazy. But GTA? No. No. Absolutely not. Just turned 46. I think 80 games will be saved for 3D Mario, mainline Zelda, and other. I think that they're. I think we're in the clear. Like I said, I'm not even sure about that. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's a bad PR hit when you do stuff like that. You know, that's just my own personal opinion. Thank you, Mac Megan, for the 3 though. I appreciate you, fam. 108 on the board. Platinum breaker. Let's go. We got the limit break. We got Cloud coming through again. Should we hit that one up? I think so. Bro, we are old. If you weren't a kid when GTA 5 came out, you're old. If you weren't a kid when GTA 5 came out, you're old. If you were not a kid or very young when GTA 5 came out in 2013, you're old. Oh man. My prediction, deported with the $5 and says, my prediction for the Pokemon Presents meaningful content creators like RGT and DSP will complain afterwards on YouTube. Yeah, probably. That seems to be the good thing to do. You can make that extra $30 and put the ad revenue towards GTA in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just do it that way. Shaw X with the $10 as well. And says ball and gun gamers would buy GTA 6 if it was $500. GTA's their messiah. Ball and gun gamers aren't missing. Did you guys see that one guy that like he got arrested? He's like, oh, I killed someone. I'm not gonna be able to play GTA 6. He like killed his girlfriend or he like killed his wife or something, and he was crying because he's not gonna be able to play. He's gonna miss GTA. Well, you should have thought about that, dummy. You should have thought about that before you were plot. What you think you were, Nico Bellic? You out here thinking that you can be GTA? This man trying to play GTA in real life. Look at this dude crying. I hope he gets slapped up. I hope they keep. That's what you get, bro. Killing somebody. Like, what are you doing? That's not right. That's not moral. That's not a good thing to do. Yeah, damn right you skip GTA. I don't want those guards to let him play either. He better not be able to play. This is what you get, because that lady that you killed ain't never going to be able to play GTA either. So yeah, damn right you don't get to play GTA. That's reserved for people that are not doing crazy stuff, or at least not getting caught. But if you get caught, oh well, you're in prison. So enjoy the prison time. That's why I said giving away your freedom is wild to me. That don't make any sense whatsoever. Like, people are stupid, man. People are dumb. Imagine before GTA, you've been waiting a whole decade. It ain't even worth it, bro. I'd rather be broke and homeless than be in prison. Because at least when I'm broke and homeless, I can maneuver. I can do this. I can maneuver. I can be out. I can at least walk around and do something. You know what I'm saying? I can pack a panhandle outside of somewhere. Have the little tin can. I can play a guitar and like outside of a place and put a hat down. Have people put little money in there. Oh man. I agree with what you said about GTA 6. I'll probably still buy it, but I hope it's 70. Sadly, I don't even like GTA much, but I usually buy the experience, the tech. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people buying GTA just because it's an event, bro. It's just like, it's an event, you know? So, I mean, like, I get it. Like, that's the right thing you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, You're supposed to make the video. You're supposed to say, oh, it shouldn't be that price. I don't want it to be that, because that's what everybody wants. And I agree, it should not. I don't disagree. Make the videos, make the ad revenue, do it. I agree. Fight the good fight. But here's the reality. There's the YouTuber, content creator, online sphere, right? We're over here. And then there's reality. And I like to fly the line between both of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people say, oh, you're a shill, you're this. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just telling you the reality of things. I'm sorry if you don't like me being truthful, but that's what it is. And that's why people get smacked in debates against me. That's why they get absolutely, like the last number I've done, what have I done to these people? Absolutely smack them into oblivion. Because the reality does not align with their emotions, with their feelings, with their personal feelings. And they get pissy when they're wrong. They get real pissy when the reality doesn't fit what they are saying and what they feel things should be like. And the reality is, most people are gonna buy GTA regardless. Now, like I said, there is a limit, but it's not gonna be stopped by $10, $20, or $30. It ain't gonna be stopped by that. GTA is gonna be an event. It's gonna be massive. GTA 6 is gonna be crazy. People have been waiting their whole, a quarter of their life for this, half of their life for this. You got 15-year-olds that have been waiting their whole life. They're almost 30 now. They were 15 when they played GTA, like a sophomore in high school or a junior in high school. They're damn near 30. They've been waiting half their life for this. You think they're gonna let $10, $20, or $30 go in between them in this game when they put 1,000 hours into GTA 5? Psh, yeah, right. And then you got to talk about, here's another thing, you got to talk about the amount of money people are going to make GTA. GTA is a money-making machine. There's a lot of people that make money off of videos, make money off of content, make money off, I mean, like, GTA videos are going to blow up. The no-pixel servers, role play or whatever it is, like, whatever that role, like, there's hundreds, thousands of content creators that are going to make so much money off GTA, they are not going to care what the price is, because they're going to make that all back. Now, most people don't make money off of GTA, but I'm just saying, we have more content creators than ever before. So, yeah, they don't care about that either. You know? Literally turning 29 this year. Yeah. Been waiting half of your life for this game. They don't care what price it is, bruh. Let's keep it a buck. When it has these YouTubers whining and complaining and boycotting on popular games and franchises ever worked, almost none. Pretty much almost none. Usually when a game doesn't work out well, it's because the game wasn't good, you know? GTA 6 launch is going to remind everyone the game launched used to be in 7th grade. Oh yeah, GTA videos are going to go dummy. You're going to see a lot of new content creators and a lot of people pop up from this GTA. Sorry about, you got my boy in the background. I don't know, he's upset, probably upset. He hears me talking, so he's probably outside my door like, what are you doing? I was 15 when GTA 5 came out. Yeah. No cap, I was dead in high school when GTA 5 came out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, they've been waiting their whole life. They've been waiting almost half their life for this. It's been 2013, right? We're in 2020, so it's been 13 years. So almost, if you were 15 or 16, you're waiting almost half your life. Wow, they ready, bro. They ready for this one. Deported with the $2 dono and says, OJ about to grow a fro and go full GTA YouTuber. Oh man, a full GTA. I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but am I looking into? Yeah, I'd be dumb not to look into it, right? Well, I mean, I'd be stupid to not look into doing something on GTA. Like, that'd be a bad idea, right? So yeah, I'll pick it up if it's like 70 or 80 or it don't matter to me, because once again, I'm a content creator. But like I said, I don't mind, like, the videos of people doing it. Yeah, they should, man. Like, we gotta have somebody saying it. Like, right? I'm just being a realist, you know. I'm just being a realist. Like, when it comes like to the normie crowd, I mean, they're probably gonna buy it regardless, you know. What up, beautiful? OJ gonna do GTA videos with the funny face thumbnail. I'm gonna do some GTA videos, but I gotta think of good titles. You know, I gotta do some GTA videos though. I gotta do something. Did anyone reliable speak on anything related to GTA 6 on Switch 2? There's been some stuff. Kiwi Talks, Nate the Hate have all said that Rockstar was testing, but they didn't say that it was gonna happen. They never said it's gonna be day and date. They never said it was 100%. But both Kiwi Talks and Nate the Hate have both said that Rockstar was testing to see. They were trying to port the game, or they were testing to see how it is on Switch 2. So that's all we have, and there's no update. That's it. Let's see here. I'll definitely wait for GTA to go on sale, especially if it's 100. Most people buy GTA when it's on sale. The large majority of people that have bought GTA 5 did not buy GTA full price. The large majority, even now, like GTA still sells. It's $10 at Walmart or something. Like literally, it's like it's like $10 to $15. So the large majority of people who bought GTA 5 did not pay full price for it, and I fully expect GTA 6 to literally cross over for the next 20 to 30 years. Like I think GTA 6 is gonna be here. This might be their end game, where this is like it, man. We're not gonna see another GTA for like 20 years or something. Like this is probably gonna be their end game. Like not end game, but I don't see Strauss Zelnick and the people that are doing GTA, the developers that are doing GTA, I don't see them on the next GTA. Like I think this one's gonna take us through to probably 2040, 14 years, 2040, 2047. So yeah, I don't see it being anytime soon. So that's the reason why I say that people are gonna buy it. It's gonna be a PS6 game. It's gonna be maybe even a PS7 game, man. Like it's gonna be a next Xbox game. This thing's gonna be for a long time, you know. It's gonna be for a long time. CK with the $2 dono as well. Thank you so much, CK. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the 2. Let me read off your message though. Let me read off your message, what it says. Yeah, GTA Online. Wanted to dono. You've been cool since I joined. Hey, I appreciate you, Darvin. I appreciate it. You've been cool too. You've been cool too, man. Some of us will pass away before GTA 7. I hope, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, it's just a natural, you know, situation, right? But eat healthy, exercise, don't put yourself in high-risk situations, and everybody here should probably still be alive by GTA 7. But you never know what's going to happen. At the end of the day, enjoy your life and do, like I said, do what you can to stay alive, right? GTA 6 will easily last 3 oh yeah, GTA 5 lasts PS3, PS4, PS5, heck, PS6 coming up. Almost made it to PS6. Almost made it to the next Xbox. So yeah, GTA 6 is going to be around for a long time. That's why I say, like, launch price don't even matter no more for GTA, because we all know it's going to be cheaper later. So
if GTA 6 is $100 just to the classic video, is GTA worth $100?
mm-hmm.
I saw so many Mario Tennis Fever videos titled that. Lol.
Yeah, you can do that. That's definitely one way to get it done. And it's overwhelmingly going to be, yes, it's worth it. Because it's going to have world-class graphics, world-class story, and voice acting and all that. So yes, it'll be worth it. Yes, it probably will be. Because it's so far up and above anything else that we have. GTA, once again, most developers can't make a game like GTA, and I do not want developers to make a game like GTA. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want GTA to become a norm, because GTA cannot become a norm, because then we're going to only get a few games in our lifetime, right? So we don't need every developer to do GTA. Like, gaming isn't that serious to where they need to spend, you know, a decade plus on games. Like, it's not that serious. Like I said, if we live for 500 years, then sure, no problem. Or if we live for like for like 1,000 years, then sure, 10-year games, no problem. But we don't. So unfortunately, we don't live that long, or fortunately, depending on how you look at life, And so taking that long to make a game is just not something that is needed, in my opinion. So I don't want this to be something that other developers do, and most developers aren't going to do it. It's a very unique circumstance for GTA. That's why I think that GTA could be priced at above 70 and people won't really bat an eye, because it's not a normal thing. Like, you look at a game like Pocopia, for example, right, and see how that game looks and how it plays. That's 70. Of course people are going to think that GTA is worth way more than a game like Pocopia at 70, or a game like Mario Tennis Aces, or sorry, Mario Tennis Fever. Heck, if you want to do Aces at 60, of course people are going to think that GTA is worth way more than a $60 full price game. I mean, yeah, duh, look at it, right? So yeah, I don't, people's value, how they value things, GTA is in a whole different category by itself. And yes, people do buy GTA cheaper, so that is a thing, but I'm talking about at launch, the people that are there ready to go at launch. Now, yes, there's going to be normies that buy it later. A lot of normies don't have a PS5 or whatever, or waiting for a PC release. I don't know. But for the most part, a lot of people are just going to be like, dude, I'm getting this regardless, no matter what. Now, yes, they're not going to sell anywhere near as much as they did GTA 5 if they don't have it cheaper, right? So if Rockstar says, nope, we're keeping it at 100, and if retailers don't discount it, then yeah, they're not going to sell anywhere near. Now, and I'm not trying to say, like, they're just not. It's not going to be anywhere near that amount, you know? But, like I said, at launch, people are just going to buy it regardless. So that's the Justin, man. I appreciate you. We are going 130 on the board. We are 20 combos away, or should I say 18 combos away from a platinum and a half. Thank you so much to Porter with another 2. It says, some of us got GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas in 4 years. Yeah. Don't forget all the beer bubbles. And yeah, I know the beer bubbles and like the couch moving. So, yeah. Vanillux is good. That's a Pokemon, right? One of the few games that will always be evergreen, like Minecraft. Yep. What decade do you think GTA 7 will be based on? The 90s? I have no idea. They already did 90s, though. They already did 90s, like with CJ and GTA San Andreas, so I doubt they'll go back to that. Maybe they'll do futuristic. Maybe they'll do like a future city. Cyberpunk 20 GTA. 20 GTA. RE9 downloading. Hey, there you go, man. Let's go. Shoutouts. We'll be at a nursing home when GTA 7 drops. Shoutouts to Brotendo Shillington. Thank you for the support earlier, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Star Citizen 2012 is still in alpha. Yeah. GTA Intergalactic Prophet. Yeah, like I definitely see them maybe doing future one of these days. One of these days. They just say, yeah, let's just do the future stuff. Let's see what we can get. Trunks, Future Ninja. So, maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing in the future. Yeah? Hit that like button, though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming out here, so I appreciate that. Let's go. If you have questions, to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer the questions on the Wii U Revisionists as well. We can talk about that. GTA 1940s or 50s would be cool, at least to me. They already kind of did that. Not quite, but I mean, they did LA Noire. So I doubt they'll go back to like, oh, in the past GTA, because like the cars are slower and stuff like that. So I don't see them doing that, because they already kind of experimented with LA Noire, which is kind of like it's not really GTA, but it's like, no, it's kind of like it at times. But no, it's not really GTA though. That was 20s though, right? That was like the roaring 20s, so obviously like 20 to 30 years before, but I don't see them going back. Kind of random, but the wait for Elder Scrolls 6 is longer than the wait for Daggerfall to Skyrim. Yeah, that was a long wait. It was a long wait, man. What the F? I thought Xenoblade X would be like a week or 2 long, but this game is huge. Yeah. Unless you're playing the game all week for like 10 hours a day, it's gonna take you a while. That'll be hard to find a physical RE9. I'm pissed. I really don't want to buy it digital. Yeah, try mom and pop stores too if you have anybody. I mean, I bought things like Fire Emblem Birthright and Fates Combo and many other plus game combo expansions for 100. GTA isn't really a stretch. Yeah, it's I don't think it is. And like I said, The only reason why I'm saying that it could be that is because of what GTA is. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that, hey, they can probably charge that and get away with it, or get away with it. But I mean, obviously, like, they wouldn't sell like a ton of copies afterwards, but they would sell a lot at the beginning. They would still sell a lot, and then you can naturally have price drops, right? You can naturally have price drops. But yeah, they haven't given us a pricing for the game, so we'll see what happens. But I think a lot of people just aren't going to care. They're buying it regardless. But if they did it for 70, I mean, obviously that's going to be a huge dub, right? Wow, I get GTA, I get this game, you know, I get this incredible game with all these graphics and all this stuff and everything that it does. I get all that for 70. That's great. Shout outs to Rockstar. And Rockstar could also do that. You know why? Because they have GTA Online. It can be subsidized by GTA Online on GTA 6. So if they wanted to go cheaper and just go with the 70, that's fine. They can make all that money back and then some on GTA Online. So they don't have to do 100 either, you know? Yeah, you can get kind of tired of these big open world games if you're not vibing with the combat and all that. Having people that are excited for GTA, but it's just not a series that I really interested in me personally. Yeah, I've never really been super excited about GTA myself. My friends were always into, they love GTA. They always loved GTA, like some of my friends back in the day. But I was never into GTA as much as that, you know? So I was never really into it as much. Works for me. I don't play GTA Online. Yeah. Happy that today I got Xenoblade Chronicles X for Switch 2 and Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined for PS5. Trying to build my PS5 library. Have way too many Switch games. Not saying it's a bad thing. Yeah. I'm gonna wait, and you're gonna see a lot of PS5 games on sale. Like as we get towards the PS6 and all that, there's gonna be a lot of cheap PS5 games, a lot of cheap Amazon deals. So that's when I'm gonna really bolster my PS5 library. Never got GTA 5 until 2023. There you go. I remember I took school off. I took everything off to play GTA San Andreas. I was like, I was so hyped for GTA San Andreas because it was like my neighborhood, my old school. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like Compton, Watts. So I was, it's like LA, baby. So I was like, yeah, this is me, baby. Yeah. So I was like, bro, I gotta get this day one. So I took work, I took school off. I was like, I'm playing GTA San Andreas. I was never hyped for GTA before that. GTA San Andreas is the only GTA game that I like played that I was hyped for day one. Was the only one because it was like California. It was like Los Angeles, you know. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm into this. Hey Jose, remember you saying that play Resident Evil Generations Generations pack was coming late? I had the same problem, but just it's coming tomorrow. Might be the same. Yeah, it might be the same for me, Big Tank. So we'll see on that one. Good old Watts. Yeah, right. Good old Watts. Yeah, good old Watts. Oh man. So that's the one thing, man. That's the one thing that like got me excited for that. But I wasn't excited for like GTA Vice City. I wasn't excited for GTA 3. All the other people were excited for that. I wasn't excited for any of those. I didn't buy any of those at day one. I didn't buy GTA 4. I think I bought GTA 4 day one. I beat the game and told myself I'll never buy another GTA game day one unless there's some type of circumstance or reason for me doing it. I'll never just buy it just to play it myself. And that held true because I didn't do that with GTA 5. And I'm buying GTA 6 just so like content creator purposes. But yeah, like GTA San Andreas is really the only GTA game that I was actually hyped for, you know. Vice City had the vibes. Vice City was great. I played Vice City at my friend Turtle's house. He loved GTA. He was like a GTA savant. He loved GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas. I think he kind of fell off from video games after the PS2. Like, I don't know if he ever got into the PS2. We kind of stopped hanging out. I haven't talked to him I haven't talked to him since college, so it's been like almost 20 years since I talked to him. I talked to him like one time in my dorm room. I've seen his family around every now and then though. They're cool. They're cool people. They were very nice to me, fed me and all that stuff. We've been friends like since we were like little. But yeah. Anyway, my friend Turtle, he used to love GTA, man. He used to love GTA. That was like his favorite thing. So I would play GTA at his house. I would play GTA Vice City and GTA 3. But my friend Snoop, he also had GTA 3. We used to play GTA at my friend Snoop's house too. Like I would play video games with him all the time back in the day. GTA 4's driving is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Imagine the glaze GTA 6 will get at this year's TGAs. Yeah, it might get it's gonna get a lot. Hey, what up, sis? What is good? Yeah, I like I said, I always call GTA like a jack of all trades, a master of none. So I just didn't like how unrefined it felt with a lot of other things in the game. Yeah, San Andreas had 2-player local multiplayer. Like you can go to certain points, and like me and my friend Snoop, we played the 2-player local multiplayer. That was alright. I think we played it like one time though. Skeptical about Gen 10. I mean, I think a lot of people are skeptical about Gen 10 Pokemon. A lot of people are nervous or skeptical about it. So we'll see tomorrow, you know? Maybe. Also, I do like Red Dead Redemption. Still not the biggest fan, but I enjoy those games more than GTA. I think I've completed a single. I don't think I've completed a single GTA game. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. The Red Dead before that, Red Dead Revolver. I liked Red Dead Revolver. I thought that game was awesome. That was before. That's not Red Dead Redemption or like Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that was before Rockstar owned them or bought the franchise or whatever. But yeah, Red Dead Revolver is good. Red Dead Redemption is also good too. So yeah, they're both really good. I played and beat Red Dead Redemption on the 360. I enjoyed it. I like going to Mexico. I thought that was fun. So yeah, Red Dead Revolver is an interesting game, man. Very interesting game. Y'all never heard about Red Dead Revolver, the Forgotten Western? People don't know about this. That's where the franchise really got going. I gotta show you guys the gameplay in Red Dead Revolver because it was very interesting compared to like GTA and all that, or compared to Red Dead Redemption. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but check out Red Dead Revolver. This is the one before it. This game is, like I said, very interesting game. So it's kind of like level based almost at times, and like some of the stuff that you'd have to do was interesting. You've got your health, you got your money. Each time that you shoot somebody, you get money. So it's almost like an arcade in a type of way, you know, like arcade action. But I like this guy. I remember playing it, and my friend Turtle did not like it. I think he had the game. So I was like, okay, I want to play. Oh, look at that, yo. Look at those ragdoll physics. And I remember playing the game back in the day, thinking to myself, this is cool. You know, just play it. But yeah, like I said, interesting game. Like then you got like punching. You got like saloon brawls. And I think there's like bullet time too. Yeah, the game had like bullet time. But yeah, this was the one before. It doesn't look as good as Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Revolver, but this was the game. This is what it was. And Rockstar took it into something very, very, very big. Obviously, Red Dead Revolver didn't sell anywhere near as much as Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2. But this is what it was before. I played this back in the day. It doesn't look that great though, but it was fun. It was a fun game. Alright, we cutting through. Hold up. Alright, there we go. Capcom owned the IP, but they gave it over to Rockstar. Yeah, I think they sold it, right? They sold they sold the IP or something like that. So they sold the IP on that one. Oh no, this is gonna get me copyrighted. All right. Gen 10 Pokemon looks like anything like Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, I'll be let down. I don't think it's going to look anything like those two games. So I don't think I have anything to worry about that. Laughing at all the glitching that's going on with that game. It's not really glitching. It's just weird animation because it's PS2. It's old school. But it's not really glitching. I'm happy Red and Green is coming back, though. Yeah. Remember being day one with Red Dead Redemption 2? Damn, did it look good? It did look really good, but the input delay was crazy with that game. Show Showdown gameplay, please. Nah, I'm okay, Sabo. I'm not going to show any more of it. But yeah, that's the game. Of the starter designs are good and it runs good for Gen 10, then I'll be there. Previous gens not running or looking good was the main reason I stayed away from it. Yeah, for me, I mean, I still played them because Scarlet and Violet's still fun, but I can understand why people didn't play it, you know? Like, I had to stop doing all the side quests and just go beat the game because it was running so bad in the water areas. Sword and Shield just wasn't that great to me. It was okay, but it just wasn't, like, I didn't really grab me in. But Legends ZA and Legends Arceus, oh my god, those games are great to me. Those are great. Those are fun games. You know, those are really fun games. As a kid, I would play Outlaws. I was really surprised when I saw it on Switch. Outlaws? Oh, Star Wars Outlaws? What game are you talking about? What Outlaws game? Red Dead. Yeah, Red Dead Revolver, man. Yeah, but what Sabo's talking about, the showdowns, it's basically like when you have to, like, you know, you just kind of have like to take the steps and then you have to turn around and shoot somebody like slow motion. So it was almost like the duels, you know. That's what the showdowns were. So those were fun too. Selling the IP was probably a big mistake. It really wasn't, because at the time that Red Dead Revolver came out, nobody saw it. It wasn't a game that was like, oh my god, this has so much potential, you know? The only reason why Red Dead Revolver is as big as, or Red Dead Redemption is as big as it is because it's Rockstar. Not because there was so much hidden potential in the IP. Rockstar could have made their own Western game. If they didn't buy that, they could have made their own, and it probably would have been just as big. Rockstar just wanted something that people already kind of knew, or, oh, Red Dead, I've heard of it. They probably bought it because they liked the name and it was cheap. Because the name sounds good, Red Dead. That just sounds cool. But like, at the time that Red Dead Revolver came out, it wasn't like, oh my god, this series is so crazy. Now here's the thing. At the time that Red Dead came out, there was a Western gaming push. Everything was like, there was Gun, there was Red Dead, there was a lot of games that were just doing Western with Native Americans. Like, that was like popular in like the World War II games, and Western games were becoming real popular in the PS2 era. So I think Rockstar just wanted their own Western open world game like GTA and decided that, oh, we can just get something that's already known and reboot it. I think that was the thought process, unless I'm missing something. They might have talked about it more. Yeah, I don't know how late Call of Juarez came, but like yeah, that was like the thing then, you know? Also think that controversy GTA got back in the day, also partially what made GTA big and sell. That's just me though. What, the hot coffee controversy? Well, GTA was already big by GTA 3, but I mean, if you're talking about like what parents thought, like, yeah, like that controversy helped it sell for sure. When 3D Mario's finally revealed, Nintendo Land's first video on it will be called "It's Finally Here," probably. Do you remember the video game Gun? I do, yeah. I just talked about it. Gun. It was good. That was a fun one. That was also fun. Yeah. I'm actually playing Red Dead 2 for the first time right now, so it's so hooked. Westside OM, stop playing it, because there's gonna be a Red Dead 60 FPS update that's gonna be coming out soon. So if I were you, I'd stop playing it and wait for that update. Red Dead Revolver was amazing. Glad to hear someone talking about it. Most people forget it. Yeah, a lot of people forget Red Dead Revolver, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. Red Dead Revolver. So yeah, if you go like on Metacritic, Red Dead Revolver, I mean, it was a 70 average game. It was 74. So it's not like people were saying, "Oh my god, Red Dead, it's so good. Everybody loves this. Oh my goodness, this is goated." You know, it's not like people were even saying that. You know, so yeah, that's kind of how it is, you know. Red. So there was So yeah, there was the original, yeah, Red Dead Revolver, and then Rockstar took over. Rockstar, originally by Capcom. Yeah. First entry of the series, Red Dead Revolver, was released for PlayStation 2 and Xbox in May 2004. Originally developed by Capcom, Red Dead Revolver borrowed elements of their 1985 arcade title, Gunsmoke. Yeah, I remember, like, there was a lot of Western arcade, or like NES, like Sunset, what was it? Sunset whatever? Sunset Riders or something like that, where there was like Western themed gun games. Those were real popular in the 80s and 90s. Gunsmoke, yeah, Gunsmoke back in the day. Gunsmoke. It says to which it intended to be a spiritual successor, but the game was canceled in 2002. Rockstar subsequently acquired the rights to Red Dead Revolver and expanded upon it. So yeah, Capcom originally made the game, but then it was canceled. That original Capcom version was canceled. They took it, retrofitted it, acquired the rights to it, then made Red Dead Revolver, and said, okay, here's the game now. So Capcom never actually put out their version of Red Dead Revolver. They were working on it, they canceled it. Rockstar said, we like this, and then they adapted it. So there was probably still a lot of what Rockstar was making, or sorry, Capcom was making, but then Rockstar obviously like finished it, you know, and added whatever other touches that they wanted. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. Yeah, Sunset Riders. My brother and I, we used to play that game all the time. They've been saying that for years. I don't think 60 FPS is coming. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. You gotta realize how Rockstar moves, man. Rockstar moves in a certain way, bro. They move in a certain way. So you just gotta realize how Rockstar moves, man. So you gotta realize how Rockstar moves. The thing that I've been seeing on Twitter a lot too is like people talking about Pocopia and saying, why isn't it on Switch 1? I see a lot of Switch 1 people upset that Pocopia is not coming to Switch 1, you know? So a lot of people talking about that. So yeah. See a lot of people. The thing that I don't understand is, I get it for regular people, but for content creators, if you're a content creator, or like a cozy content creator, there's no reason to not buy a Switch 2 for Pocopia. Like, I see Pokemon content creators, or like cozy game content creators that like Pokemon and like Pocopia and like Animal Crossing, like, oh, I can't justify buying a Switch 2. You're a content creator. Yeah, you can. One, you can write it off. Two, you can make money off making content for it. So I get that it's expensive, and I get that, but it doesn't make any sense to me. If I'm a content creator, especially if I'm a cozy content creator, you're gonna miss out on potentially making a lot of money and getting a lot of new subscribers if you don't cover Pocopia, because it's looking like it's gonna be a real, for all the cozy people out there, they're going nuts over this game, you know? They are going absolutely nuts over this game. So, and Pocopia is already what's it called? Is already #1 on the eShop. So people are gonna buy it. Can you post the? Can I post the link? No, you cannot post links. No, you can tell me what you want to talk about though, and I can talk about it. This is the longest I've ever heard you talk about any Rockstar game. That's true. Rockstar games. Do you think GTA 5 port for Switch 2? I'm not sure if they're gonna do that or not. We'll see. Yeah, we will see. They're gonna have a Switch 2 eventually. Whenever Animal Crossing. Yeah, like if you're a cozy game person, you're going to have that anyway, you know. So. So it's crazy, you know? Has anybody played Marathon? I saw my man Gaz on Twitter. He was like, right, so 5 hours of streaming Marathon. It's disappointing, not gonna lie. Very little exciting stuff happens in the game after 5 hours of gameplay. I can count probably 5 PvP encounters, maybe. and only a couple that are worthy of note. I was begging for PvP encounters in this. Why is the PvP so sparse? Said PvP a lot of times. The game isn't awful, and I find myself wanting to try more of it, but early impressions aren't great. We'll see. Justin with the $3 dono.
There's so many cozy games on Switch too, and they run better. It's a no-brainer for a cozy YouTuber.
Yeah, I think for a game like Pocopia, it'd be crusty on Switch 1. And the reason why I say it'd be crusty, because every game that you think wouldn't be crusty on Switch 1 ends up being crusty on Switch 1. People look at the graphics and say, why would that not run on Switch 1? It's like, bro, we had a whole gen of games that have... Why is this game running at 30 FPS? Why is the resolution like at 400p? Like, this happened expeditiously. This happened infinitely on the Switch 1. Like, where you scratch your head. I'm 2D fighters, not all, most 2D fighters did it, but like SNK heroines. I'm like, okay, cool, SNK game, you know, female fighters, cool. Dude, it's 30 frames per second on Switch 1, and you're like, what? Smash Brothers is at 60. Most fighting games are at 60. What is going on? Just random Ease 8 Crustladonna of Donna. Lacrimosa of Crusta. 30 FPS, 720p. It's like, what? The Switch is not the strongest, but still. So the reason is because we had a whole generation of games that were just randomly 30 FPS, randomly sub 720p. I'm not a graphics guy. You guys know I'm not, but that stuff I didn't understand that stuff. Had a whole gen of just games that looked like, why is that 30 FPS? A whole gen of AA games that ran at 30. So yes, that's the reason why it's on Switch 2. And probably because of the streaming and the loading and all the stuff that happens like with the game. But yeah, I'm guessing that if this game was on Switch 1, it'd run at 30 with dips and loading times and stuff. But that's just me. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome. Dude, if you play Ease 8 or like the same engine, right? Dude, do you see freaking Ease 10? Do you see how, like I get the Switch isn't the strongest, but dude, Ease 10 runs at like quadruple the frame rate. Ease 10, which is the same graphics engine, it looks very similar. It's a little bit better graphically, but they look similar. Dude, it runs at 120 FPS on the Switch 2. Like, it runs at 120 FPS on Switch 2. The same engine. They probably reuse assets on that, because it looks very similar. The style and everything. Runs at 100. It runs up to 120. I don't know if it's locked, but it's running at over 100 FPS on Switch 2. Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana ran at 30 with dips. It was mainly 30, but with dips. Ease 9 literally ran like dookie. This is insane, bro. Like, AA RPGs. So it's like, yeah, it probably run crusty for some reason, somehow, some way. For some way, it'd probably run crusty. For some reason, it would. That's why it's not on Switch 1. Because for some reason, it'd be crusty as heck. For no reason. Some devs were lazy with Switch 1. Yeah, some were. But I think really, let me tell you just a little bit.
HD 2D was 30 FPS on Switch 1. Lol.
That one always, like, that one always got me looking like Raticate. You know Raticate? That, that one always got me with the Raticate face, but I'm like, I have to try to keep it together for you guys on stream. It made no sense, bro. It made no sense. No sense. HD 2D, huh? But I think some of it was definitely them just being a little. I mean, because like I said, Nintendo put out Mario Odyssey at 60, so like a lot of those games should have definitely ran better than 30. They should have definitely ran better than 30. They should have definitely ran better than 30. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the 3, bruh. 45 on the board. Combo breaks. We are going.
Even further beyond.
Is Lacrimosa of Cresta still an expensive game to find today? Is it really? I have the game. I have it physical. Let me look it up. Is a Lacrimosa of Donna. Price. Digital, obviously, it's cheap, but let's see, eBay. Yeah, it's pricey. Yep, it's like 50 to 60 bucks. Yeah, it's pricey. If you have like a graded one, like sealed, you can get more for it. But the PS5 version is 30 bucks. It's cheap. It's 20 to 30 bucks. So you can get a pre-owned copy for 50 bucks at GameStop. Who knows if you'll even get the case though. But yeah, I have it. We need Switch 2 versions of Ys 8 and 9. We definitely need a Switch 2 version of Ys 8. Yeah, Ys 8 and Ys 9 would be nice. The Pokemon presents at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. Back to Wii Revisionists. Kudos to that tweet from the Josh man. Whoever that Sonic fan was, it was a good point about Wii U Revisionist. Yeah. Sabo, it was on my Twitter account. I can show you what tweet, like the Wii U Revisionist. I got two. I quote tweeted it twice, that whole situation with that. So I'll show you guys what we're talking about here for those who don't know. So this was the original Wii U Revisionist thing. So the Josh man on February 23rd, 3 days ago, was like, I missed the Wii U era. It was a meme. I missed the Wii U era. Quote, people, if they were actually around during the Wii U era, they looking obviously crusty and, you know, like, oh my gosh, how could this happen to me? So then I quote tweeted that and was like, I was a content creator. Like, I started doing like content, like I did content in the Wii era, but people didn't really know who I was really until the Wii U era. So I said, I was a content creator in the Wii U era. Trust me, it was terrible around these streets. Big lack of third-party support. 2, inconsistent first-party lineup. 3, trash tier sales to the point to where that's all people talked about. 4, Nintendo announcing the next system less than 3 years after launch. 5, Nintendo's YouTube issues with claims. This is probably the biggest issue, is that even if you wanted to cover Nintendo, it was so hard to even cover them because Nintendo would claim stuff. So what's the point of, if you're a content creator, what's the point of covering something if it's just going to get claimed? You're not going to cover them. You're going to put your time into something else if you're not getting paid for your work, right? At the bare minimum, at least let us get a couple pennies for our work. We can't even get that. This was a massive issue. Now, it wasn't for everyone the biggest issue, but for me, this was one of the biggest issues of the Wii U era. And you got to tie it to the Wii U era. It went into the Switch era, and I think in 2018, Nintendo dropped all of it. So it went about a year or so into the Switch era, but the whole Wii U era, there was copyright claims, and you had to get around it. You had to get around trying to cover Nintendo. But these issues are bigger for people. Obviously, this issue wouldn't be as bad, or people maybe might not remember it as much if these issues weren't as bad. You know what I'm saying? Third party, inconsistency, trash tier sales, you know, all that stuff. So I wrote that. Then I also wrote this. I said, I'm sorry, but I do not miss the type of nonsense with the Nintendo in the Wii U era. Not saying modern Nintendo is perfect, because modern Nintendo is not perfect. They are not perfect, because they aren't. But trust me, you don't actually miss the Wii U era. Read this in full, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is what the Wii U era was about, guys. This is the type of stuff that you had to deal with. Like, we already got to deal with grifters when it comes to, like, to the Switch 2 era, but grifters and people lying and people trolling and people making stupid videos and clickbait, that stuff is nothing compared to actual facts. Somebody's opinion talking about Nintendo Switch 2 sales lying through their teeth for YouTube revenue. That doesn't matter because the truth is the truth. The facts are the facts. And at the end of the day, the facts beat out grifting, right? So that doesn't matter if people grift. It's irrelevant. But this stuff is relevant. Bethesda says it's too late for Nintendo to convince third parties to support Wii U. Should have had companies involved. This is D-Day. This is bad. I can't have Stone Pilots playing. What the heck? I'm gonna get copyright claimed. What the random? I think it was playing rock music. Anyway, shout out to the Stone Pilots. They're a great band, but I can't not have the. I hate when YouTube does that. They just randomly put in like copyrighted music. Anyway, that's a good song. That's GTA stuff too. There we go. That song's from GTA as well. There we go. Okay. It's not even really. I mean, it's not video game music, but it is video game music because GTA. GTA San Andreas had that song. Anyway, Bethesda, like, look at this crap, man. Not much seems to have, look at what Pete Hines said. Look at this. Do you know how bad this is? I don't care if you're an only Nintendo first party player. I don't care if you're a Mario Zelda-er. This is bad. This is bad. And it wasn't like, oh, it's just Western developers. No. It was Japanese developers. We did not have big games. There was no Digimon. There was no Dragon Ball Z. There was no Naruto. There was no anything from Japanese developers on the Wii U. It was a wasteland. Really, Western developers supported the Wii U more than Japanese developers. This was bad. So when he said this, like I said, man, I'm not proud of it, but we had conspiracy videos and we had people like, bro, it's hard to explain how bad this, like when you're a kid in school and you're thinking about the 7th grade dance, 'cause that's what a lot of these people are. When you're a kid in school and you're not thinking about these things, it's not a big deal because you're thinking about your next, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about algebra homework. You're thinking about, oh, that girl likes me from across the chair. You're thinking about the 7th grade or 8th grade dance. You're not, when you're a child or when you're a kid, you're not thinking about stuff like this. But when you're an adult and you're in like the gaming world and whatever, this was as bad as it can get. Remember, this is about 1 year after the Wii U came out. So when you have a prominent third party, and Bethesda's reputation at this point was a lot better than what it was, like what it is right now. Like, people thought of Bethesda as way higher, but that's because they were dropping games somewhat regularly back then. We would get, Fallout 3. We got, what else did we got all the DLCs for it. We got Skyrim, so we were getting some games from, we got like Wolfenstein games, So Bethesda's reputation was top tier. Even with the bugs and the glitches, it was still a game of the year. They were almost like From Software to some people, like that good of a developer, right? But having Bethesda say this about your platform is, oh man, it's not good, bro. It'd be like if in today's day, if Capcom said this about the Nintendo Switch 2. Imagine somebody from Capcom going on a show with Jeff Keighley. This was in front of Jeff Keighley and like a lot of you guys don't remember this, man, but this was in front of Jeff Keighley and GameTrailers.com, which was one of the premier places before YouTube took over, was one of the premier places people went to go watch video game news. Imagine somebody from Capcom coming out and saying this about Switch 2. Dude, that's what it felt like. It was a gut punch to everybody. Like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm exaggerating because of how people feel about Bethesda now. But dude, this was bad. This was bad. I can't stress to you how bad this was. Like I said, it got me all messed up in my head. And I made videos that I'm not proud about conspiracies and stuff like that, right? No, it was just Nintendo messed up. And I messed up with how I analyzed this. But that's how we were thinking back then. We couldn't process it in our brain why they would say this. That's how bad it was. Now we got Bethesda games. Like, listen, I'm not a big Bethesda fan anymore, but damn it, I want Bethesda games on there. Fallout 4 is doing pretty good on Switch 2. Skyrim did pretty good on Switch 2 and Switch 1. What's worse, Wii U or Dreamcast? Dreamcast, because it ended the whole company. or ended the whole hardware. Wii U didn't end everything. Okay, so here's what he said in full. Let me give you the full details. Let me read it for you guys. The time for convincing publishers and developers to support Wii U has long passed. The box is out. You have to do what Sony and Microsoft have been doing with us for a long time. And it's not that every time we met with them, we got all the answers we wanted. But they involved us very early on. And talking to folks like Bethesda and Gearbox, they say, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're planning. Here's how we think it's going to work. To hear what we thought from our tech guys and from an experience standpoint. You have to spend an unbelievable amount of time up front doing that. If you're just going to sort of deciding we're going to make a box and this is how it works and you should make games for it, well, no. No is my answer. I'm going to focus on the other ones that better support what it is we're trying to do. So you've got to spend more time trying to reach out to those folks before you even make the box, when you're still designing and thinking about how it's going to work. I don't want to hear anybody say anything about the damn Wii U era, bruh. Seriously. I don't want to hear it. That is the worst statement ever. One of the worst statements ever in Nintendo history, bruh. Yes, I am getting PTSD. Do you know how much of a problem this was? As a Nintendo content creator, y'all don't understand how bad this was. That's why I tried to say, like, imagine if it was Capcom, or imagine if it was Square Enix, or imagine if it was a developer that you cared about in today's time. I know you can't think of it that way because a lot of the developers support Nintendo now. Like, Nintendo has the support. Switch 1 started getting more support. You started getting more, you got Skyrim, you got Wolfenstein, you got stuff, you got Doom, you got games. But, like I said, y'all don't understand how bad this was back then, bro. I don't want to hear anybody talk about the damn Wii U era like that was a better... No, it wasn't. Y'all don't realize how bad this was and what people were going through, what content creators were going through. This sunk the platform. There was almost no return. I mean, there was one good year in 2014, but it was from first party. It wasn't from third party. This sunk, it was over. Like, at this point, it was over, bro. It was over. It was over. It was bad, man. It was really, really, really bad. So, like, I don't know, man. No, it wasn't Todd Howard. It was Pete Hines. It was Pete Hines. So it was Pete Hines on this. So yeah, man. So another thing that we saw, like I said, was the Wii U Revisionist. So let me give you guys another thing, like the Wii U Revisionist. That's why I have it in the title. Here's another one. This guy, Connor, who's a big content creator, he has like 300, almost 4, I think 300-something thousand subs. He might have been joking, though. So, I mean, he might have been joking. But this was like another one where he was like, he quote tweeted that and said he got 10K views on that. And he said, Wii U era was awesome. I think he's kind of joking. But he said, we played 80% of the Switch's library in 5 years early. So I think he's more joking, but I was like, I'll make my own joke. You guys know this guy. Why the bleep you lying? Oh my God, stop lying. When you have to blatantly, so I quote tweeted it and said, when you have to blatantly lie to make the Wii U era look better, you forgot to add the decimal. It's only about 8% of the library. And that's actually factual. It's about 8% of the library from Wii U to Switch. It's only about 8%. It's not that many games. So, but like I said, when you only play Mario and Zelda, it might seem that way. It might seem that way. Because, like, if you only play, like, I don't know, like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario 3D World and Mario Kart 8 and Pokken Tournament and New Super Mario Bros. And what else? And like whatever else, Yoshi's Woolly World or whatever it was on there, or I don't know if we got that one, but y'all know what I mean. Like Wonderful 101 or something. Um, so yeah. I saw that already, Monado. I saw it, bro. Yeah, that Carlos guy always disagrees with me. Who cares? Like, it ain't important. So anyway, that was a thing, you know? That was a thing. Mario and Zelda people need to sit down, bruh. New 3DS and SNES mini nostalgia. Those were fun. I like the mini systems, but they weren't like, oh my god, like I'm gonna play them all the time. Like I didn't play them that much, I'll be honest. I really didn't. I didn't play them that much. So. Hit that like button though, guys, if you haven't. I'm sorry that I just trauma dumped all over you guys. But listen, guys, that's just the way that it was, man. And it wasn't just that, like, like you can look at like lots of other stuff, like Tomb Raider dev. Why is the game? Because Square Enix owned it back then. Why is the game not on Wii U? So let's just look up that. So here's the excuse. Here's the excuse why Tomb Raider wasn't on Wii U. Here's the excuse. I think the new Tomb Raider games are gonna come to Wii U, but even then, we got this Tomb Raider game. Here's the excuse. Crystal Dynamics isn't bringing Tomb Raider to the Wii U because the developer would want to tailor the experience to the console's unique interface, but has already made it a goal to deliver the same gaming experience across all three platforms. It's like stuff like that, man. It's stuff like that that just was just terrible, bro. Botox is reminiscing about third-party support on Wii U. Yeah, we're going over the Wii U revisionists. The people that try to say, "Oh, the era was fine. It was great." Nintendo. It's like, no, guys, we need more than just playing Mario Kart all day or playing, playing Smash Brothers. Don't get me wrong. I like what the Wii U did in some respects. It was okay, but let's not romanticize the era, bro. It was not that great. We had one really good year, really, with the Wii U. We had one really good year. We had one okay-ish to one solid year, one really good year, and then it was just kind of like, okay, they're phasing things out from there. 2015, they were phasing things out from there. 2016, we got some good stuff, but they were phasing things out, and then they announced the Switch 2 in 2016. 2012, the system launched with 2 games and Sing Party. We had to wait a hot minute before the next big game came out. The second half of 2013 was good. You had Wonderful 101, you had Wind Waker, you had Sonic Lost World, which was, it was okay. I had fun with it. You had Sonic Lost World, you had Pikmin 3, you had Super Mario 3D World. So that's a pretty good second half of the year. Not bad. 2014, we were supposed to have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but it got delayed. So then 2014 was incredible. That was the only incredible year or great year where you got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, you got Mario Kart 8, you got, did we get Hyrule Warriors in 2013 or 2014? I think it was 2014. Hyrule Warriors, you got Super Smash Brothers, you got Bayonetta. So you got a lot of great games in 2014. And then we had that awesome E3 presentation where they showed off Breath of the Wild, and they had that first show. Then they had like the Game Awards where they showed off the game even more. Oh my god. But then by 2015, Nintendo announced the NX, and then the E3 presentation was not great. And then Xenoblade took all year to come out. We had to wait till December. Xenoblade came out in April, or March or April for Japan. Then we had to wait all the way till December. We had to wait till the end of the year for Xenoblade. So 2015, there wasn't really much in 2015. There was a few other games, but there wasn't a ton in 2015. And then 2016, they were like, it was done. But there was some good stuff. You had Tokyo Mirage Sessions. You had Zelda Twilight Princess HD. You had Pokken Tournament. And that was pretty much, those were like the 3 big games, for me at least. And then, yeah, Nintendo announced the Switch at the end of the year. And then Switch 2 was out or sorry, then Switch 1 was out in March of 2017. So it was done. Before you knew it, the Wii U was gone. Really, there was one good year, one solid good year of the Wii U with games throughout the year. Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, you know, Hyrule Warriors, all sorts of stuff. Smash Brothers, Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 in a double pack. That was a great year. That was like the one, okay. I think Nintendo was banking on that year, hopefully turning down Wii U sales. Unfortunately, the only people that bought a Wii U extra was Bo's mom for him. Because Bo was a youngin'. Shout outs to Bo Talks. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Bo Talks Games. He's an awesome content creator. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know his channel. But if you haven't subscribed to it, you want non-clickbait, you want actual, real, you know what I'm saying, solid coverage, good and bad, critical, you know, and not critical, or not critical, critical discussions, like not someone that's just gonna say Nintendo's right every time, someone that's gonna bring up legitimate things when it needs to be brought up, but not grift. Go check out Bo. He's a OJ certified content creator, PlayerEssence certified content creator. You guys go subscribe to his channel. Like I said, it's very good. It's very, very, very good. Let's see. Nah, you were hustling for that, but you were hustling at what when you were 10. You were hustling at 12 years old, Bo. What are you talking about, fam? You were like 10. You were in like 5th grade. Yeah, okay, 2015 was good. 2015 wasn't terrible, because yes, you got Mario Maker, you got Splatoon. Splatoon was really good in 2015. You had Splatoon and Xenoblade. So those were good. Those were good. Facts, the only good thing that came out Wii U era was Splatoon and Mario Kart 8. The only good thing? No. Xenoblade X was awesome. Bayonetta 2 was awesome. Hyrule Warriors, I liked it a lot. I thought Hyrule Warriors was very good. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, very good. Super Mario 3D World, very good game. What else? Super Smash Brothers, also very good game. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, good game. Twilight Princess HD, good game. Pokken Tournament, awesome game. Love Pokken Tournament. So those were all good. There were some bangers in there. There was just a lot of droughts in between that. And then there was a lot of MIA franchises. There was Star Fox Zero. That game is iffy, depending on how you look at it, right? But there was no Fire Emblem. There was no Animal Crossing. There was no mainline Fire Emblem, no mainline Animal Crossing, no mainline Pokemon at all. None of those 3 franchises. No mainline Metroid. You know, it was bad there in that sense. Yo, that's it with the Jojo
for the Limit Breakers LFG.
Hey, let's go.
So far this season is about to get a lot more better. Can't wait for the next big lineup of games.
Oh yeah.
Great evening to you, OJ. Hopefully all is well.
Dude, I'm like I said, people don't know, like, it's funny to see content creators who covered Nintendo in the Switch 1 era not act like Nintendo's not going to have a direct with big games, like more games. Like it's the same thing every single time. They announce games for early next year or next year, last year. In the first direct for the beginning of the year, they announced games, release dates for those games, and they detail new games coming out for the summer and for the fall. In the summer or summer-ish direct, they announce some more stuff, and then they also announce, sometimes depending on how big the game is, for next year. And then at the end of the year direct, they announce stuff that's going to come out, and then they also announce games that are coming out for next year. Like a lot of games that are coming out for next year. So it's like, we've been doing this same pattern for a while, and people still act like, whoa, they need to do it. I don't get it. And some of these content creators, literally, they covered the whole Nintendo Switch 1 era, so they know the schedule. They know the pattern. That's why I think some of it is just for views, you know? So, just fascinates me. It's going to be a decade since the discontinuation of Wii U. These grifters still mention Wii U no matter what. I'm not going to call them grifters. Like I said, a lot of people were young when the Wii U came out, and their parents bought them games. They remember the world was a lot better back then. Like, pricing, general happiness. The 2010s was significantly better. Like game release, like when it comes to Microsoft and Sony, like third parties, right? The lineups, how frequently games came out, how happy people were with gaming, the pricing for it, like it was just better. If you had a good job in the mid 2010s, you were doing the dance. Like I got a good job in early 2011. I got a good job. And it was great. Then I was struggling because then I lost that job. And then I didn't get a really good job, another good job until 2014. And it was great. I could afford everything that I wanted. I bought a house. I had money left over. I bought a car. And by the way, that was on $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? 23. That was on $23 an hour. And I bought a house, a car, games, had money left over in the bank. It was great. Now, if you're good with your money, I mean but in today's day, you're not going to be able to do all that in today's day. So just generally speaking, your money and what you made and whatever, it went further or whatever, you know, back then. I think people were generally happier at that time period. So I think, or you were a child. So I think back then, these Wii U revisionists, they were happier back then. Things were more affordable back then, you know? Yeah, like I said, and I'm not joking. I literally bought a house. I bought a car. I bought a 4-bedroom house. I bought a car. I bought a $13K car, 4-bedroom house. I had money left over in the bank. It was a great time period at that time. I mean, the place that I live, where I live in like Central California, it's cheap. It was really cheap, but even now it's getting way more expensive compared to how it used to be, you know? But yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah, things today, different. So I think more people are just angry about today's day. You know, I think that gets people more upset and gets people more pissy about a lot of things, which is understandable, you know? So I think that's really what it comes down to today. Wii U still wasn't like incredible when it comes to the release lineup and consistency and what third parties were doing. But if you were a child and you got allowance, or if you had a job at McDonald's, if you were a 15-year-old or whatever, you got a job at McDonald's, it was plenty. You know, you went home, you bought a little beat up car, you bought a little Corolla, you went out there, got a Corolla for $4K, you know, saved up a few checks, went out there, put a $900 or $800 down payment or $500 down payment on a Corolla, a 5K Corolla, a 99 or not 99, or yeah, like a 99 or 2001 Corolla. Still good, still works just fine, still can drive it. Not a lot of maintenance, and if something does go wrong, it's cheap to fix. $100 here, you know, to fix your car. And that was great. That's what people did back then. They went out there and got their little Corollas, put $500 down, 4 or 5K car, you know? Not anymore. Not anymore. So that doesn't make them lying about things good. Well, like I said, a lot of it's emotional, right, Dank? Shout outs to Vadsen. Thank you for the support, brother. I really appreciate the 12, man. Let's go. I'm gonna get some F-Zero music for you. So, like, I think it's really their mindset. Their mindset, like, even if they were a bit younger than me, right, and they were working at that time period, they were young. They were like, you know, 17 or 18. Your mindset's completely different. You have your life in front of you. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know? But now it's been 14 years and you come to the realization. You come to the realization. I used to wake up back in the day, I used to wake up like, ah, yay! Now I wake up like, and I wake up like, ugh. Now I wake up But you know, life is what you make of it, though. Life is what you make of it, man. Like, that's why I still wake up 10 times happier now than what I did, like, even sometimes in those, like, am I happier now at this point than I am in, like, 2016, even when things were, yeah, I'm way happier. But do I still have my challenges and struggles just like everybody else? Yeah. Will I get past that? Absolutely. Absolutely. But generally speaking, I'm way happier now, but I'm in a whole different scenario and situation than a lot of these other people. I'm old. So I've been able to establish. There's people that are, you know, that are still struggling to do things, you know? So that's the thing, you know? So I think that's what a lot of people are going through, you know, when it comes down to that. Yeah, but at least you can sleep at night. Imagine being a grifter. I mean, I think a lot of grifters can't sleep at night. A lot of people aren't, not everybody's a good person. Like, you got to realize that bad people can sleep at night. They don't think that what they're doing is being bad. Like, they don't think that way because it's just video games. And I don't really think that way too. But like lying and manipulating, like, they don't care. As long as the money's coming in, as long as they're getting their chip shots in on people, as long as they're getting their ego satisfied. That's why I say I ain't gonna do any more debates with nobody or anything. There ain't no point. I'm not gonna go back and forth with people. Make whatever videos you want. Do whatever you need to do. Whatever makes you happy in today's day, do it, man. But the only way that I'm gonna go back and forth with somebody that I've already debated and already talked to, the only way is a fight. That's the only way. I'm only doing it. We need to, because I ain't doing it for no debate back and forth on my channel. No, we ain't doing that. You know, I'm gonna need 10K, and we need to put it up 10K, your 10K, and we do it that way. Because then that way we can all actually benefit immensely from that. Nobody's benefiting from a little nerd debate on Nintendo Switch 2. That doesn't do anything. Nobody cares. But like I said, content creators popping each other in the face, a couple punches, man, that will bring a lot of attention. So I'm not even messing with it unless you're offering that. And most content creators are not offering that. Shout out to the link with the $5 dono. It says, you say F-Zero, I say F-Zero. GTA, GX theme of Pico. Yes, sir. I got you, man. Pico. GX Pico theme. Next. We're going to get it right after this. Pico theme. Thank you for the 5, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. 155 on the Platinum Breaker. Yo, we out here tonight, bruh. We out here tonight. Graduated high school in 2014. I used to play my 3DS and Wii U. Was to watch Netflix. I felt the last part was a little too hard. The struggle was real. Yeah, man. I feel you, brother, on that one. I did think that the 2020s were gonna be backlit, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah. I mean, but like I said, like, life is what you make of it, man. Like, if you think of it that it's all bad, then it's gonna be all bad. If you think that all the times are gonna be bad, then that's what it's gonna be. Me, I don't think about it. Like I said, I have my own challenges and issues, but I had to build in and this is what I advise all of you guys to do. Build in a self-preservation thing. When somebody does something, do not let it get to you to the point to where you lose, you know what I'm saying? Like, you lose your like, I'm talking about IRL, not online morons and Twitter troll. Like, that's this stuff ain't real. I'm talking about IRL. Do not let people, regardless, like I said, unless you did something stupid, then obviously if you did something stupid and it's your fault, then okay. But do not let people that drain like your energy, do not let them control you. People at work, do not let them control you. Do not let them control your emotions and tell you how to feel all the time and all that, because you're just going to kill yourself. You're just going to end up, you know what I'm saying, like killing your mental, and it's going to build up, and as you get older, it's going to weigh on your heart, you know? So that's what I did. I put in a failsafe where when I know that things are too emotional or too high for me, when there's something and I feel like somebody's doing, like, I just like I said, I take it and I put it over here. Sure, I can talk, I can say, okay, well, here's what I think and all that, but I don't ever take it to the next day or to the following day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drop it and I let it, and I drop it and I leave it. That's it. Because if you start carrying over your emotions and carrying over your anger, it's just going to build up and build up. If you start thinking, oh man, the economy is this is going to build up and build up. Just do what you can each day, just step by step. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just step by step, and think about what's important. Like, what's the real stuff that's really important to you? Like, what is it really? Is it really important for you to have a Lambo? No. For most of us, 99% of us, it's not important. What you need is just A to B. Is it really important for you to, you know, do all this or have? No, it's not really. Here's what you need. Here's what you need. Here's what you need to do. Here's this. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to figure out what's important. You know. Just got to figure out what's really important. All right, let me get this next Pico theme here for my man. Shout outs, Link. Thank you for the 5. For me, personally, I've seen tons of BS in the past decade when people become an adult had struggles, but also good things happen as well. Staying away from social media. Yeah, social media is just social media, bro. Like it's just so it can be terrible. Sisters, thanks so much. Hey, no problem, man. I'm here to help. Bro. I've been through every single bad scenario that anybody's ever been through, with the exception of like drugs. Like I've never been through that arc. Never been through that arc of drugs. Never been through an arc of like severe alcohol abuse or anything like that. So I don't have any answers for stuff like that. Because I mean, I had one bout in college that was, I don't think it was severe. It was just, maybe I had a little bit too much at times. Like, but never really, it was a problem, you know? But I've been through every other type of arc when it comes down to it. Have I been homeless? I don't think I've ever been like homeless for real homeless. But there's been times where I don't really have something that I'd call my own home. I'm bouncing between places, between this place, this girl that I live with and her family, or between my mom's place, you know? So am I homeless? No. But like, am I actually kind of homeless? Like, yeah, you know? Because like, I would carry my stuff in trash bags, like Eminem, like 8 Mile, like all my clothes and stuff, because I didn't know where I was going to be, you know? Or I'd have to leave quickly or move, you know? So I've never been like super homeless. Like, no, I ain't never been like where I'm out. But I have like spent the night in my car. Like I have done that like a few times. But I've never been like for real homeless, you know? We've seen so many misinformation from social media, especially with Switch 2 launch. Of course, you give RGT say it's still Nintendo's fault for not cleaning up things. Like what? I didn't watch this video where he said that, but I mean, there's definitely some blame for Nintendo in terms of like some of the confusion that's out there. Yeah, that's, I mean, like they're the ones who control the message of how it's said. So, yeah, this theme is awesome though. By the way, shout outs to Pico. The only thing I don't like about Pico, he just wears like a red dun-dun-dun. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like. That don't make no sense. He's wearing, like, why is he wearing pants? Like, why is he just straight up in like a red dun-dun-dun with like blue gloves and like red shoes? Like that, like he matches his dun-dun-dun with his boots. Like that's just. Like, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Like this outfit. Like I don't understand why he's wearing some Superman panties like with like armor. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Just wear some pants, bro. Like, there ain't no reason for you to be wearing a dun-dun-dun like this. Like, that'll make no sense. Like, like, oh, let me match the red dun-dun-duns with some red boots. Like, what? Like, what? Some red Supermans with some red Superman dun-dun-duns with some red boots? That don't make no sense, bro. That makes zero sense. Outside of that, it's cool. Outside of that, it's fine, you know. Let's see here. Those thighs are very susceptible to damage. I'm guessing he has pretty tough skin because he has like a horn on his skin. So I'm guessing he has really thick skin, and he might get, I don't know. He looks like kind of more of like a reptile. So maybe he's cold-blooded. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't know the background with him. Shout outs to Volt. Thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Did this F-Zero character had a trophy in Smash? I think so. Shout out to the Volt. Thank you for the subscription, man. What's up, the Great Wall? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, brother? How you doing today, man? Big love, big love. Let's go. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Add to the prediction, Pokemon Masters is gonna bait everyone in the presents again. Pokemon Masters? I'm pretty sure they'll have something about Pokemon Masters in the thing. They'll probably have something. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what they ultimately end up doing for it. What are your Pokemon 30th predictions? Pokemon Gen 10. I hope we get Pokemon Gen 10. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe Pokemon Champion Shadow Drop. Pokemon Coliseum Shadow Drops as well. What's up, J2 Blue? What's up, baby? Glad that you're enjoying the stream. Make sure you guys, if you guys have questions, go ahead and tag me at PlayerEssence. Hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your lovely Elite Ninja questions. So go ahead and answer them. Or answer them. Go ahead and ask them if you want. What are your predictions, Sis? What are you guys' predictions for Pokemon, the Pokemon situation, or the Pokemon Presents tomorrow? What do you guys think? Let's hopefully we don't get another Gen 1 remake. Another Gen 1 remake. I don't think we're gonna get another Gen 1 remake. I don't think so. Pokemon Champions and Coliseum would be fire. Yeah, those seem very likely to get those two. But like I said, we'll see on that one, you know. We will see what's gonna happen. Shout out to Streamlabs. Hit that like button too, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming out here. Let's go. Gale of Darkness and Mirror B in Masters. Okay. I predict everyone will be upset. You predict everyone will be upset. That is something that can probably happen. That can also happen. I play Pokemon Go, but hopefully they don't drag with the mobile games. Yeah, that's always a scenario that could happen, right? What's up, Kevin? Would be badass to get the new Let's Go type of game. I actually do not want that at all. I do not like the way that you catch a Pokemon in Let's Go games. Like you just catch a bunch of the same Pokemon over and over, and like you only battle like in like trainer battles or like gym league. I would not want that. I want not that. But, you know, if they do it, they do it. I just hope they announce Gen 10 that's actually delivers. I don't want a rush game like the last two mainline releases. Yeah, man, I hope it's better. I really do. I really do. But I don't know if Legends, if ZA, I don't think ZA's rushed. That's just the game that, I think that was a good game. I don't think that was a rushed game. Scarlet and Violet, yes, I agree with that one. But I don't think ZA or even Legends of Arceus was like rushed. What's the ordeal with Genki and Stealth? Seems like Nibelian type situation. Genki and Stealth? Genki accused Stealth of stealing his tweets. That's really it. But it's like, it's tweets, so it's like, what can you do? It's just tweets. So yeah, Genki accused Stealth of stealing his. I follow both of them and they both follow me. So I'm closer with Stealth. I mean, like me and Stealth, like we do content every now and then, or we've done content when it comes to like video game stuff, podcasts and things. So I've never actually done any. I mean, I've used Genki's tweets and I always give him credit. But yeah, Genki was complaining that Stealth is stealing his tweets. So, and you know they make money off of Twitter, so that's the reason why they're upset. because they both have a pretty big audience on Twitter, and whoever gets the tweet up first gets more attention and can make more money. So I think that's the reason why Genki was upset. Stealth apologized to him, so that was that. I don't know if Stealth was trying to steal. I don't think Stealth was trying to steal the tweets. I think he's just trying to put up a tweet too, because like information is information. But you know, that's really what happened there. I have a feeling we're going to see much more beautiful Pokemon game. I think it's going to be better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think, and Legends ZA. I think it's going to look better than that. But like I said, we'll see. Oh, so you think we're going to see a 2D Metroid? We are due one. We are due. I mean, I don't think it's going to be this year. I think maybe next year. Let's go games. We're good handheld because the throwing mechanics were non-existent. Like, the problem with Let's Go that I have is like the Pokeball that it came with, it's too small to use it as a controller. Like it was just too small of a ball to use it as a controller. And like, it was cool to try to like go like that, but it just was too small. And yeah, you can't use a Pro Controller in that game if I'm not correct. Like, there's no regular controls in that game unless you're playing handheld. Handheld mode, it's like there's regular controls, but like docked mode, there isn't. So I don't know, man. Like, Let's Go. It's okay game, but I would like them to make a lot of adjustments, like to where you can fight Pokemon regularly, like wild Pokemon, you know, and you can use regular controls, docked and handheld. Sure, again, it's regurgitation of information that can be accessible by the public. It's not like Matt with Circana or Jason with Bloomberg paywall. I just felt it's weird to publicly out him. He feels a certain way. He feels a certain way, man. Like, I can't sit there and tell him not to say something. I don't have to agree. If I was Genki in the same way, would I say something? Probably. But like, I might not, you know. I might not. I might not. It just depends. Genki uses that as like his part of his livelihood. I think he has like another job, but he uses it as like part of his livelihood. So if he feels like, hey, you're taking money out of my pocket, or like you're doing the work that I'm doing and you're putting it out there, like I'm gonna say something. But like, it's one of those things where I don't feel it's like that big of a, like it's not that big of a deal to where like I gotta have like a bunch of opinions on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Stealth is my friend, so it's already gonna be biased anyway, right? Because Stealth's my friend. He's like, you know, like I said, we're cool. So, and me and Genki are not, like I said, we follow each other, but like we're not cool like that. So there's no point in me like adding any more than like, hey, look, he said what he said. It is what it is. If I was in a situation, I might have done the same thing, because like they don't know each other like that, and I think that they have a little bit of competition in terms of getting Japanese news out and all that first. So I think that's what's going on there. So yeah. Gen 11 reveal. Hey, there you go. Let's go. Gen 11 coming through. Brilliant Diamond. I thought Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were better than Let's Go. Some people might disagree with that. But a Pokemon game, Let's Go style game where it's more traditional style, style and battle, just to catch the mechanics. Is like Let's Go Pikachu maybe would be pretty cool to revisit Johto. Yeah, I'd be fine with that, Volt. Yeah, I'd be completely fine with that. Hold the credits on RE2, go to game, ready for 4, then 9. Hey, there you go, Dane. Let's go. Yeah, they had no regular controls for Doc, which is just silly. Shout out to Port Town too. Let's go. Make sure you guys hit that like button too. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. Let's go. Let's see here. Shout out to the link though. I appreciate that 5 that you did earlier. If you're gonna drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in there so I can play it as we get to this last half of questions. So if you have more questions, like I said, tag me. If you have predictions for the Pokemon event, let me know. Probably no video tomorrow morning because of the Pokemon event, so we'll probably make videos after. I'm just gonna eat and then hang out with my boy, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to so I can wake up early. So probably no video in the morning, videos after. Diamond and Pearl was actually great on Switch. Great remix. I think people just didn't like the fact that they didn't have the platinum content. I think that if it included the platinum content, it would have been a lot better, right? That's another game that just runs at 30 frames per second for no reason. Like, it's got like chibi style. It's like that's like another Switch. It's 30 just because. Like why? It's 30, right? It's 30 FPS, right? Or is it 60? Maybe I'm wrong on that one. And what program do you use to make and edit your YouTube videos? Yeah, I use PowerDirector 365. It's a yearly subscription cost, though. Although there are PowerDirectors that you can just pay for. So if you just want like PowerDirector, like the latest one, like 20 or 30 or whatever they're on. But the problem with those is that support ends, and like they pull like I think they pull like an iPhone thing. Once the new edition comes out, if you have the old edition, they're gonna badger you to upgrade, and then if you don't, it's just gonna keep crashing. That's the only reason why I started paying for PowerDirector 365, like the yearly subscription. It's like $100 something yearly, I think, or like I forgot how much it costs yearly, but whatever. Because my editor kept crashing over and over. No matter what, I'm like, dude, they're doing this on purpose. They just want me to. They know how much I use PowerDirector. They just want me to freaking upgrade. Even when I did it to where it wasn't online, like I just offlined it, you know, where it wasn't like checking for like their music or like their like sound effects that they give you and all that. Like just crap. Like in 2021, so I just went to PowerDirector 365. But no, it's PowerDirector 365. It's powerful. It's very good software. It's very good editing software. Very good. Very powerful, very good. Gives you a lot of tools, stock images, photos. It's got AI stuff in there if you want it. It's got sound effects. It's got transition. It's got everything that you need. Takes a little bit. There's a little bit of a learning curve though. I've been using PowerDirector now since 2012. Since the Wii U came out? Since a little bit before the Wii U came out. Yeah. So 14 years. My prediction, Gen 10 will reveal under 2 minutes of total presentation. Yeah, I think it's not going to be very long. DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos and it's pretty nice. I need to learn how to use it more. Yeah. I think DaVinci's free, right? That's like free software. If they reveal Gen 10 tomorrow, literally just P starters popping out from a Pokeball. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah. Is it pretty easy to use? Would you recommend it for someone starting out to make YouTube videos? The thing about it is that what I recommend is I always recommend use the editing software that's going to be the editing software that you're going to use for forever. I don't recommend, oh, if you're a starter on YouTube, use this. You should just learn how to use the best editing software because, you know, that's my opinion. Because you don't know if you're going to start doing YouTube more seriously or not. So use the best from the beginning. Now, if you have income, like you have a job and you can pay for it, I would say, yeah, just pay the money. Try out PowerDirector 365. Try out like the free trial or pay for 1 year. And if it's trash or if you don't like it or if you think you can use something else, then don't use it. But pay for 1 year of PowerDirector and see how you feel. Like I think there's like a 30-day trial too. Try it out, see how it feels. But yeah, it's okay for starters. Like, and there's like a lot of tools to teach you how to use it too. So I do not like Premiere. I do not like Premiere. I know people love Premiere, but I tried to use Premiere. Like when my PowerDirector kept on crashing, I tried to, and I don't like Premiere. But I mean, it's there. I mean, I've tried it, but I'm not a fan. And I've edited quite a number of videos in Premiere, and I just never could really get used to Premiere. Like the tools, the transitions, I don't know. I just never liked it. But it's there. Premiere is also there. Like Adobe Premiere is okay. People like it. But I roll with Power. Man, I'm ride or die PowerDirector. PowerDirector Blue, baby. I'm big with PowerDirector, man. I gotta go with PowerDirector. Also, RGT also uses PowerDirector. You guys love RGT? He also uses PowerDirector. Damn, he's still alive. I usually stream for about 3 hours when we hit our goals. So I'm praying for a Let's Go Johto reveal. You never know, but probably not. Yo, Sean, thank you for the 57 months. Appreciate that. Let's go. What's up, Animacon? Welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome back. I like to play Asia has a Switch 2 page for game cart. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't think RGT uses the Power Director 365 though. I think he just uses the ghetto old like Power Director, or he just uses that. So stream says you've been live for. Oh my goodness! I misread the 2 and the 3. How has it been nearly 4 hours? All right, my bad, guys. Okay, I misread the time. Okay, it's 8:27. Okay, it's 8:27. Okay, yeah, I've gotta wake up in the morning. I've got to take care of the boy tonight. I've got to wake up. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Well, actually, no, you got extra. I owed you guys extra time anyway. So I owed you guys extra time on this one anyway. So that's good that I got the time for you guys. So I owed you guys some extra time. If you haven't seen my most recent video, Unk is cooked. I really need you guys. No, the Let's Go Fire Red and Leaf Green, they come out after the presentation. So early tomorrow morning, you'll get them. If you guys have not checked out my video, before you guys go, I need you guys to hit the like button. Hit the like button. And I need you guys to check out the video. If you have, I just linked it. Click on the next open tab. I need 200 plus of you guys. If you guys head over, because like this video got out a little bit later today. If you, all 200 of you guys head over to the video that I just linked right now and hit the like button on that video, it's really gonna help me out for the nighttime views, because this video didn't get as many views at the beginning. So if you guys all just jump over, even if you've already seen the video, just head over to the vid, hit the like button on there. If you haven't seen it, watch the video. It goes over the Gran Turismo situation. It goes over Resident Evil. It goes over Fallout DLSS updates coming. It's got a lot of good news. The best news. Recent. Gen 10 reveal being 1 minute long, taking over and under, probably under, but we'll see. So if you guys can all head over to the video that I just linked, I'd appreciate it. If we get a big boost of 200 people plus heading over to the video and watching it, it's gonna help me for the European peeps and the people who didn't get to catch it earlier, and for like some of my viewers that never got the video on their home, it's gonna show up on their homepage because more people are more of my regular watchers are watching it and hitting the like button. So I need you guys to do that. That'd be like, if you guys can do me like a super solid, I'd really appreciate that. Like I said, you know, and it's free. You just gotta go over there and watch it. Like I said, it's a good video. You guys can play Resident Evil and watch the video, or play whatever game you're playing and watch the video. So you guys head over there, hit the like button here, hit the like button on that video as well. I'm gonna link it again. I'm sorry, I'm shilling hardcore right now, but it's a free shill, okay? It's free. And you guys can all go do that for me. Like I said, that really helped me out with this video. It's getting a little bit lower views. It'll help it boost it up. So overnight, it'll get way more views, right? And more people will watch it. So, all right, guys. The review roundup or the updated news? The news update. Did I put the review roundup in there? Whatever. I don't care. Either one. Here, let me just link this one right here. This is the one that I'm asking for. Yeah, link this one. That's the one. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate the love. Combo breaks. We hit the platinum and a half. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be up bright and early tomorrow morning for the Pokemon Presents. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for all the support today. I'll be live bright and early, like 4 a.m. my time or whatever, for the Pokemon Presents. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? All right, guys. Love y'all so much. And we'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out, homies. Go watch the video. Hit the like button.